Halloween night, the night he came home. He, in this case, being Flippy, the LaserDisc turtle. This is the LaserDisc Wolfpack THX CAV Special Limited Edition podcast. I watched him for 5 years, sitting in a garage, staring at a TV, not seeing the TV, looking past the TV, looking at this night, inhumanly patient, waiting for some secret silent eBay alarm to trigger him off. That's Ryan Cushing I'm talking about. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, Sam. How's it going? This week's LaserDisc Wolfpack is brought to you by Killdozer from Kino Lorber Studios. Sorry, Vinegar Syndrome. You should have come out with Killdozer. And now I'm going to pass it off to the devilish LaserDisc Queen.
Maxeene, the LaserDisc Queen, here in spooky Southern California for this extra special Halloween pumpkin fantastic episode. And I'll pass it to Bill.
Good.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Bill here. From Boston. Happy Halloween and all that. It's not really too spooky up here, I guess, but we're working on that.
Boostin'. Yes, happy Halloween, everybody. I'm Sam Hatch, the Culture Dog, and we are back here with our third straight Halloween-centric, horror-centric episode. This time, we're going to rock 90s horror LaserDisc. We're going to do some top five of those, and then again a Wolfpick throwdown, recent pickups, spins, and some mailbag action and all the usual shenanigans. So hopefully you guys have some candy ready and settle in, light some candles, and get some Wolfsbane around your door, whatever you need. All right, top 5 90s. I'm gonna go for it, and I did come up with a criteria because you should actually do yourself a favor if you haven't watched our older episodes. Or maybe you want to revisit them. We've covered not only 2 horror episodes this month, but we did another horror episode, I think episode 3. So a lot of 90s movies were in that. So I purposely did not choose them in this one. So out went, Lord of Illusions and a couple other things. And I decided to pick ones that I actually owned and watched in the 90s. So not stuff that I picked up recently within the past couple of years. So number 5, we're going with Nadia, which is a very artsy vampire movie. It's black and white. It's from Michael Emerita. It's kind of like a Hal Hartley vampire movie. And it's got, this character who's Nadia, the titular vampiress. She's kind of hanging out with her brother, I believe it is, and kind of get into some sexual vampiric escapades with this one woman. And her boyfriend isn't too happy about it. And Martin Donovan plays the boy. I think he's a boyfriend or husband. And then Peter Fonda shows up, and he's a Van Helsing relative, and decides he's got to take care of business. David Lynch also, he presents it, but he also appears in a short cameo as well. But yeah, I wanted to get it when it first came out because there was a lot of buzz about it being a black and white film that was also partially shot on the Fisher-Price PXL 2000 toy camera.
Yes.
And I used to mess around with that with my friends. Used to record on like audio cassettes, and it was really horrible. So the vampire vision stuff in this is shot with the Fisher-Price PXL 2000 camera. It's just a cool image release. It's got a great soundtrack. What's that?
Broterian.
Is it Brotarian?
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's got image on the back.
It does. It's pretty artsy for a Brotarian, though. This is it's a little too Vinny Honorati for you. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's got Portishead on the soundtrack and lots of cool 90s stuff. So it's pretty 90s.
That's awesome.
Thank you. This one, I'm cheating because I bought this particular copy after the 90s, but I rented this movie on LaserDisc in the 90s. And that's Candyman, a Clive Barker adaptation. Sadly, not letterboxed, but who cares? It's not really a wide film anyways. But yeah, Virginia Madsen is in it. Tony Todd from Hartford, Connecticut is in it. Playing the titular Candyman and who's haunting the projects in Cabrini Green. So, shout outs to all our Chicago Wolfpackers. They probably hang out at the sites Candyman was shot on in awesome, right? Often. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. But yeah, good adaptation of Clive Barker's story, and it's just creepy and lots of mood, and it's also a little bit of a gothic romance as well. So, and and it challenges you to say Candyman in the mirror 5 times, see if he comes and kills you. This got a lot of spin in the Culture Dog basement from the 90s. Going with From Dusk Till Dawn, the collector's edition, which I think I picked up at Suncoast, like right when it came out. I was a big, Tarantino guy back then. And this is half gangster movie, half, vampire kind of exploitation movie in the second half. So it pulls a little bit of a switcheroo. So it's only half of a horror movie, I guess. But yeah, it's great. Harvey Keitel in it, Juliette Lewis, and of course the Gecko brothers, Quentin himself and George Clooney. Yeah, also a killer soundtrack on that. Next up, we're going pretty basic here, but had to throw on some Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. And the only reason I didn't go with the Criterion was because I didn't own the Criterion. In the 90s, I owned this special, Columbia version, which surprisingly doesn't rot. But the cool thing about this is it has a fantastic documentary on it that is not complete on the Criterion. The Criterion has like parts of it. And I just remember, watching it over and over again. And there's this like great bit with like Gary Oldman, staring at photos of his kids and stuff to get sentimental, to get in these like Dracula mind states, and really just intense stuff. Gary Oldman just kicks ass. And of course, people made fun of Keanu Reeves being a little bit wooden as Jonathan Harker, but I don't care. I love Keanu Reeves. He's great. Who doesn't like Keanu Reeves? I mean, maybe some people don't. Winona Ryder in there, and Anthony Hopkins completely hamming it up as Abraham Van Helsing. So yeah, this. It's got its detractors, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
and
good choice.
Thank you, sirs and Sir S. Number 1, of course, I had to go with Captain Supermarket, the Obies in a box over there. Sorry, I almost went with the widescreen Universal one, but yeah, just because this was a big thing for me to hunt down the original ending, and I picked this up. Yeah, from Laser Craze in Boston. Shout outs to all the people that used to run that shop. And Captain Supermarket, aka Army of Darkness, an eternal classic. I don't have to explain why. It's more adventure at times, and time travel adventure fantasy than it is horror, but it's got some spooky stuff in it too, so that counts. Moving on to Ryan, what do you got?
All right, so that's I found this one a little harder than the last one, just because I like a lot of the 80s movies more. Not that these are bad or that there aren't really good ones. I just really, really like a lot of the 80s ones. But here we go. It's kind of no particular order. I made a list of 5 and just kind of put them in a stack, and I'm like, these are ones I really want to talk about. So we'll start it off with some Captain Howdy. I mean, you can't go wrong with the movie that has Dee Snider in it. I mean, name other movies with Dee Snider in it that are horror movies.
I see where this is going. It's going to be all late release flexes.
No. But
75% late release flexes.
It's a pretty ridiculous, cool concept. Little tacky at times, but it's definitely enjoyable. And then going a little earlier.
Dolan's.
You got some Amy Dolan's, and you've got really early Seth Green, who looks, 12, maybe 14, I don't know. And I think Carlton's in this.
Carlton.
Yeah. So
100%.
it's just ridiculous. The special effects are top notch. They get the billing that they should. And this one's coming really hard to find, but it's campy and cheesy and fantastic.
What's with the foreign ratings on there? Is that some sort of import? And that says NTSC. So did you get that from the UK?
As far as I know, it's a US release because it's a Republic Pictures. But yeah, I don't know if it was like a rental in the UK or where it came from. It seems like my LaserDiscs travel. So
apparently, yeah.
Number 3, I had to go with some full moon.
Nice.
I had to go with the subspecies. Sorry about the shrink. I nicely cut it open. But it was value priced because it was so good they wanted everybody to own it, not because of poor sales.
Nope, it was
But this is a ridiculous franchise, and it's mostly complete on LaserDisc. Sorry, Subspecies 4. But it's ridiculous, and if you haven't seen it and you like Full Moon, check them out. The first one's easy to find. Second and third, I think it depends on the week, but they're all pretty good. And then I win a little bit later again.
All right.
I think John Carpenter should be in like every episode somehow. We could be doing I don't know, romance movies, and I'll be like, John Carpenter's vampire. No, but
Memoirs of an Invisible Man is some romance, right?
See, there you go. Yeah. There's
romance.
there's always a way, but no, this is ridiculous, and it's totally an amazing like graphic design with the blood splattered obi. You can't go wrong with that. Like this is one that I always like come back to, and I'm like, this is just a fun watch. Is it a great
Woods
movie?
had some killer dialogue in there.
Yeah, James Woods. I'll watch him in any movie. He could be reading the phone book and I'd be like, well, at least it's James Woods. So, yeah,
I like it.
And then number 1, this is a movie I just love. It's so batshit and so good. And if you haven't seen it, find it, check it out, rent it, or from like a brick and mortar. They have those, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I heard about it.
I guess you don't want to get it on eBay because they break everything from eBay. 100% breakage rate on
100%.
eBay. Just
That's
watch
right.
out.
Yep.
But Frankenhooker is batshit, and like it just keeps getting crazier, and it's fun, and it's enjoyable, and it's campy, and it's exactly what you want from a good horror movie. So, moving on to Maxeene.
Okay.
Very nice.
We're gonna have a duplicate, but I'm sticking with the list. I worked hard on this list, so I'm sticking with the list.
Go for the dupe. It's okay.
Yes.
Double Dolans.
This was my number 5, and I am a huge Seth Green fan. Baby Seth Green. I mean, like Airborne era Seth Green. That's what we're talking about here, and this is quality Seth Green here. I completely agree. The freaking special effects are like out of control cool. And like, I enjoyed the whole thing. Carlton is hilarious. The adult, it's just classic adults not believing the kids situation and all that goes along with that. And just, woods, like weed farm, just freaking craziness. Oh, freaking Clint Howard's in it.
Nice.
As like weed farmer guy. So it's really good. Highly recommend it.
No UK stickers on yours though.
No, mine was sealed.
This is fresh.
I opened it. I'll have to
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Everyone do their Borats now.
Okay. So number 4, I didn't take all these out of the sleeves like I should have. It'd be too shiny. Okay. Yep. Number 4 is
nice.
Yes.
Excellent
I'm a
choice.
big fan of the show, for sure. I have all of the TV show LaserDiscs, but obviously Christian Slater's in this, and huge Christian Slater fan. So this had to be on there. I tried to fit one of everyone because I have a lot of 90s favorite leading men, and trying to hit every one of them in this list. I also
Nice.
tried to not go on anything I've used before. And I did also struggle with this because I felt the same way. I love 80s. 80s is my jam. And so this was a little bit harder to try and find a bunch, but I love this one so much.
That's good. I like James Remar's story with the gargoyle there.
Me too.
So good.
It's so good. That's pretty. I mean, I love that Deborah Harry's in it, and she's like doing the whole little bit. And I forget which show the kid is in, but he's in like was in like some Disney or like Nickelodeon 90s show. Like,
I forgot who the kid in that she was gonna cook or whatever.
Yeah, she was gonna cook him, and I'm like, I recognized him from that, like immediately, loved it. But yeah, the one with the cat. Oh my god, the cat one is terrifying.
Yeah.
And
the old man.
Yes, the old man and the cat, and it's great. It's great. Every single one of these ones is really, really good.
Yeah.
So highly recommend. This is actually not too hard to come by. So
not yet. Once this podcast airs.
Yeah, I know. Gosh. So, okay, number 3, super shout out to Bill.
Ooh.
Nice.
Body melt. Or should I say booty melt?
Booty melt.
It's a Australian, so I'll give my best Australian accent there. But this is if you want to talk about batshit, this is freaking batshit.
What a crazy movie.
Oh my god. Like freaking start to finish. Probably the standout scene to me. Oh, I wrote a freaking line down because it was so ridiculous. Okay. So these teenage guys, they get to they go on like a road trip. And then they get to this place because they're lost, and they show up at this house, and it's like, like Deliverance, creepy, like Texas Chainsaw, just like weird, like inbred situation that they just roll up on. And instead of it being like, immediately Texas Chainsaw and creepy and scary and death, it's like they're just like broing down with them, and they're like getting in their truck and doing donuts and woo, 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 like doing donuts with them, like just, and then the freaking kids, they like run, they like freaking slingshot a rock at a kangaroo and manage to kill it. They freaking eat their adrenal gland and like are just woohooing like freaking psychos. It's nuts. And then there's this line where they're just like, they're talking to their neighbor, the 2 teenage guys, and they're like, let me tell you a great joke. Elton John. And that's it.
That's the joke.
That's the joke. And I just was like, what? Is there just like some disconnect where that's like really hilarious in Australia, and like I don't get it, but like
when you're on an adrenal gland juice or whatever, yeah.
And the whole thing was freaking just super wild. And this was a first viewing for me, and I was just like, I was in love. I loved it. It was outrageous. I loved the intro bit when they did the title card for Body Melt. Just the whole vibe of it was kind of like claymation. It was really sick. And then like every one of the freaking Body Melt kill scenes was just insane. I loved it. Super nice. Definitely, if you can find that on any format, watch it. It's really, really worth a watch, but it's wild. I'm warning it. Okay. Number 2, I guess I can leave this in this one. Big Luke Perry fan, so had to get him on here.
Sweet.
This felt very mildly horror in comparison to everything else that I watched. Yeah. And like, I feel like if I watched this first, it probably would have felt a little bit more scary, but I was just like, numb to all of that after watching all these. I was like, this feels really tame. But I love this because it's like Valley Girl-ish, but then obviously Luke Perry, very 90210, which I love. And, Donald Sutherland is in here, and the music was great. Yeah. And, my favorite line from Buffy. She said, I just wanted to graduate high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
Those are good life goals.
Those are definitely good life goals.
I was like, yeah. She's like telling that to freaking Donald Sutherland, like, because she doesn't want to be the vampire slayer. And I just like, you know what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm with you.
But yeah, this is pretty much, I would say, pretty super easy to find. I've gotten this in lots. So Highly recommended. Very fun, more like comedy, little bit of action, like fight scenes, and obviously Luke Perry on motorcycles, and David Arquette's in it. I mean, it's got a really good cast. So
Pee Wee Herman or
yes,
Paul Rubens.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that. Freaking Pee Wee as a vampire, and his freaking arm gets chopped off. Oh my god! Oh, I love it.
Too cool.
It was so funny. Yeah. I loved seeing him as just not Pee Wee, because at first I was like, "Is that Pee Wee?" And then
it's Paul Rubens.
It's Pee Wee. Yeah. Yep. So number one, okay, this is without a doubt.
Ah, nice.
Without a doubt for me. I this was again a first viewing and blew my mind.
That's Loved a cover right there too.
This, oh my god. I mean, this cover for me is like it's a friggin' 8 out of 10 on the cover. And the movie was like, I mean, this was pretty damn close to being one of the most like just out of control, the special effects, the acting, it was like the guy, he's like a film editor, and he gets like transferred into this like horror department, and it's like this totally sleazy like executive guy at the horror section, and he like walks in and he's like, "Is this the splatter and gore department?" And he's like, the sleazy guy's like, "Yes, it is, but right now I'd like to call it the loose limbs department." And it's just like, it's just all these ridiculous lines. There was like, in like the first scene, Sky like freaking like kills himself in the editing room, and it's like his blood splatters on a Cherry 2000 poster. And sick. Like in like the sleazy guy's office, there's like an Evil Dead 2 poster, and it's just like, I mean, this thing is just it was pretty damn near perfect. And it says not for the faint of heart, and I would 100% agree with that. It is very, very like gory, and but like the blood is just bright, like my lipstick red bright, and just super, it's so good. I mean, I can't even like, it's just, I literally, the teenagers too. There's like a teenager that's like working as like an intern, and like he ends up battling Evil Ed, and it was just like, I mean, he's like got like a shotgun, and he even gets like an action, like a die motherfucker, with the so there's some real good just all over. I mean, it's quality. What can Excellent. I say?
We're all about action hero interns. Hopefully Todd Berger Flynn can protect us someday.
Shout out to Todd.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm excited to see what Bill has.
Excellent choices.
I got a couple of cool movies here.
All right.
Things. Some of my personal favorites. Nothing too wild. I don't know. I kind of struggled with the 90s genre, to be honest, because like pretty much all of you guys, 80s is where it's at for me for horror. But that's not to say that there's bad like 90s horror or not a lot to pick from. It's just all of my like true favorites and ones that I consider like, classic hits are all in the 80s sector. But that being said, there's tons of cool shit. So my first one, Scream.
Yes.
Nice.
Really good time. Yeah, lots of nods to other awesome horror movies in this. Really well shot, good acting, good directing, all of that fun stuff. That's just the regular AC3 edition. There's a DTS one as well. It's kind of tough to track down.
Yeah.
They're both great in my opinion. The AC3 one is uncut. I don't know if the DTS one is as well. I assume it is.
I think it is. Yeah.
It is.
So,
yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the only uncut version like to this day. All the other formats still are missing a few like gore shots. It's nothing too crazy. It's kind of weird actually.
Yeah, I think it's like under 60 seconds or something.
Yeah.
But
It's
still cool.
A small amount, but it's definitely still cool. Having it kind of an exclusivity on LaserDisc. This was already on Sam's list, but I had to keep it in there anyways. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Excellent.
The lovely Down to Suck edition here.
Oh, hell yeah.
The bats are amazing in the DTS.
The bat was completely different compared to Sam's. This is the only version that I've actually ever owned on LaserDisc. Picked it up early on collecting, and just been in the collection ever since. Great time. I love that it shifts. It's kind of like like a mobster movie, like Sam was saying in the beginning, and then shifts to kind of a horror movie, and then it kind of goes to an action movie as well.
It does, yeah.
Versus like the whole spectrum, and I don't know, it's just a wild ride. If you've never seen it, check it out. If you've seen it, check it out again. It's always worth a revisit.
Hell yeah.
That's one that I watch probably like once a year. It finds its way in the mix somehow.
I saw it at Quentin Tarantino's theater
Oh, nice.
in 35.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
excellent.
cool.
Quality, very quality.
I've never seen that one on the big screen.
It was great.
But I've seen it in about every other format.
Yeah, I saw that theatrically, but I'm old, so.
Yeah. Next one that I've got on here is Event Horizon.
Dude.
This is a really, really good time. I don't know, just I love movies that have descents into madness, and Sam Neill's character just goes like bonkers. I mean, he's bonkers from the get-go, but he kind of puts on a good front.
Yeah.
And he kind of lets it out as the movie goes on, and it just gets crazier and crazier, and there's a lot of pretty cool demonic like possession themes going on in there, and a lot of like really trippy sequences. Excellent sets and special effects for the era. Definitely worth checking that one out on LaserDisc. It's pretty easy to get, and the transfer is super nice on it.
Yeah, that's like a better space Hellraiser movie than the actual Hellraiser in space movie. Like it's no official connection, but
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, no connection, but definitely could be part of the series. But it's great. It's got Lawrence Fishburne in it too. Before Matrix. I think that was his last role before Matrix.
yeah, it was like a year
Cowboy
before.
Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Curtis, nice. Going back to Pee Wee.
Yeah. And all right, my next one is another favorite of mine from David Cronenberg, Existence. Great time. It's difficult to find this one on LaserDisc.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Unless you're, super collecting, or going for Cronenberg collection complete or anything like that. I'd recommend finding this on another format, to be honest. If you do find it on LaserDisc, the transfer is great. It's an awesome movie. Just find a way to watch it, regardless of what you can get it on. And yeah, if you're diehard about LaserDiscs, I kind of am, pick this one up. If you can find it, it's great.
Yeah, I don't think I've even seen one go up for sale in like a year. Like it's been a while.
Yeah. I can't remember the last one I've seen, to be honest, either. I think that one stays on, closed markets. I'm sure they're still traded, just not on like eBay and collector groups and whatnot.
Got to know a guy who knows a guy. Yep.
Collector to collector is usually how those exclusive titles go, or sought after titles, I should say, not exclusive.
Yeah.
And then the final one on my list, surprised nobody else had this on theirs. This is my jam right here, Silence of the Lambs.
Nice.
I love the whole Hannibal series in general, but especially the Silence of the Lambs. The High Vision Muse version is where it's at. This is a really great transfer. The Criterion Collection one's really good too. I did have that before, but upgraded to the Muse one.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. I mean, nothing to be said about it that hasn't been said already. But that's my number one.
Yeah, badass.
Awesome.
Throw a little Muse twist in there. I like it.
It was I had to work a little Muse in there. It's a coin toss between that or Bram Stoker's Dracula. But as fun as Bram Stoker's is, it's not my favorite. I can watch it any day of the week, but I don't know. I guess I had some like sci-fi stuff on my list, but it's more of like a drama movie in my book than a horror movie.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's got blood and
it's got blood and
things like that. And
but it's a cool one.
Yeah, exactly. I still have to get that on Muse at some point, but one of these days. When someone
Aren't
dies.
you just adding Muse discs every day, Sam?
Oh, sure.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure.
Are you guys ready for a wolf pick?
Ready
for a battle? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Last time we went Cronenberg, and last I saw, the Brood was crushing Dead Ringers, surprisingly. So, because I thought Dead Ringers was going to have a lot of pull from being a Criterion collection, but a lot of people were digging it. But we also had a bunch of nonsense write-ins, but the Brood was pretty tough to beat. I think this one might be a little lopsided as well. We're going to go Carpenter this time, and changing it up a little bit, and they have to be 90s Carpenter ones. So we're gonna do a face-off against Village of the Damned versus In the Mouth of Madness. So get ready. You guys think about that for a second. And I'm gonna throw down with the Village of the Damned is actually pretty underrated. Maybe not as much now, but like when it came out, it was slammed pretty heavily. And when I saw it for the first time on LaserDisc, I actually like the hell out of it. That said, In the Mouth of Madness is like top shelf Carpenter for me. I mean, it's like based on like kind of Stephen King mixed with H.P. Lovecraft stuff, and Sam Neill just crushes it in it, and everything about it is just, it's got my name written all over it. So I mean, just that one scene alone where he's reading from a book what's happening on the other side of reality, and like, you know, the book is coming towards reality and tearing through it, and oh my God, it's amazing. So I can't go with anything but In the Mouth of Madness. Sorry, Village of the Damned. What about you, Ryan?
Well, if you look at the covers, Village of the Damned has the cooler cover.
It's a nice cover. I don't know if I'll say cooler, but
I think
nice.
it's cooler. I think that the other one is just kind of plain. They both got DTS releases, but
Yep.
I got to go with In the Mouth of Madness. It's cooler.
It's got a commentary track too. I don't think Village of the Damned did.
I'm sorry, what?
Commentary track? It's
What
where
are those for?
filmmakers talk about the art of filmmaking and the themes in the film, and things like that.
You've lost
Yeah.
me. Like,
All right.
is there explosions on it, or
No, not normally. Sometimes they'll talk about the
They brought it.
explosions and how they rigged the practical effects to work and things like that. Yeah. No. All right.
nah? Pass. Hard pass. Whatever.
Sometimes
that
they're
is.
naked, but it's just audio, so you can't tell.
Well, what's the point?
Fair enough. Back to DTS we go.
Yes. How about you, Maxine?
Oh man. Okay. I have not seen Village of the Damned.
All right. So it loses by default.
Yep. So but I have not seen all of In the Mouth of Madness either. I have
Yeah.
seen part of it on
Half
cable.
counts.
So yeah, I will pick In the Mouth of Madness because I've seen part of it, and it's been on my watch list because you've literally highly recommended it so many times that I'm like,
Shut
I will
up.
watch this. I will watch this because it sounds really good. I do like Sam Neill also,
Yeah.
so I think I'll have to watch that now.
And Charlton Heston's in it too, so it's kind of Brotarian.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't shoot anybody, but
Just
Good.
his presence.
yeah, is Brotarian. Yeah.
What about
Maybe.
you, Bill?
You know, I saw Village of the Damned on LaserDisc. I used to have the DTS one. Used to being the operative word. I sold it. I did not like it. I do still have In the Mouth of Madness. It's awesome. I love that movie. So I'm gonna go with In the Mouth of Madness. And also
All right.
shout out to Sam Neill for going crazy again in that movie.
Good point.
yeah, with Event Horizon.
This
And,
podcast is sponsored by Sam Neill's Insanity.
yeah, he's very, very good at going crazy, and he does it great in that movie. So yeah, In the Mouth of Madness is definitely my pick.
That's the ultimate choice. Like, I had it, I sold it. All right, I guess
And
that
I
works.
didn't replace it either. I sold it and
Yeah.
like, never turned back.
Yeah. Sorry, Village of the Damned. All right. Well, we'll see what the kids out there on YouTube and Facebook land think. I'll post the usual poll on LaserDisc Forever, or you can chat on the chat here if you're watching live, or put it on the comments below, and we'll tally that up and get back to you next episode and tell you who won. I think it's going to be In the Mouth of Madness. I'm going to go out on a limb here. All right. Let's drink some liquid there, and let's get into some recent pickups. Usual nonsense, swag and players, anything you want to do. Limit to 15. So I did get some stuff. I drove up to Casa del Bill, and I think, or something like that, and Villa del Billo, and got some stuff that came in from my good friend Seth, who procured some discs for us from Denmark, and Seth's from Sweden. So this has been kind of a long thing coming in. Hilariously, these are US discs. The ones I got here are anime discs, But for some reason, can't really find like nice minty copies of these US released anime discs here in the States as often as I find them overseas. And Seth happened to have this Danish connection, as he called them, or the family of said Danish connection that had a bunch of anime stuff. And I was like, oh, I need that. I need that. And I need that. And then we dragged Bill into it and he picked up a bunch of stuff. And then, yeah, the border was closed. So it took us a while to even get it. But I finally went up and grabbed a bunch of stuff, including Ninja Scroll, which
Nice.
I mean, I used to watch this on VHS and DVD all the time, but I gotta have a copy on LaserDisc. Thanks manga release, and we'll be possibly hearing about that a little bit later. It's horror, right? Yeah, sure. And then I had to get the Captain Harlock movie, Arcadia of My Youth. Gorgeous cover. It's actually a gatefold too, but I have it in the sleeve. So Animego put this out, and I think me and Bill were talking about, they get really in the weeds with like information about the film, and they give you like lowdown on the audio tracks was precisely synchronized to voices and digitally processed, kerned, and anti-aliased, and they get really into all this stuff.
Yeah, one of them was talking about they used a Macintosh 2 to do the subtitle superimposing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean,
Rad.
Yeah, it's
old computers and stuff.
Noise reduction on analog soundtrack, auto tripping, and it's like photographed at 1.38 to 1, composed for 1.38 to 1, transferred at 1.38 to 1. Like, all right, Animego. And bouncing back to manga, I got Royal Space Force, Wings of Onyamis. Really good, awesome film. It's very it's it's space, but most of it takes place on Earth, or an alternate universe Earth, and it's kind of like the right stuff, but a little bit more science fiction, and anime version of the right stuff. Great music by Ryuichi Sakamoto, the official composer of the LaserDisc podcast. Also got the US releases of Macross Plus, which hilariously I've had the Japanese copies of these for ages. I'll just kind of throw these down as one because there's 4 parts. So yeah, they got
cool.
Gorgeous cover art on these suckers.
And they're all minty.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I had to go to Denmark, to Sweden, to Boston, to my house to get minty copies of these suckers. So
wow, that's
they showed up great. Shout out to Seth, by the way.
Yeah, Seth really worked it.
Yeah, he killed it on the packing job. I should have taken pictures of that. He did a meticulous job.
Nice.
Plus,
Also,
there was probably chocolate.
Was there chocolate?
We've been crushing the Marabou chocolate.
Oh man,
they're huge bars too. I mean, they're like that
200
that big.
grams, I think.
Yeah,
big boys.
as cool as the discs are.
I should have brought some of the chocolate upstairs, but yeah, I didn't want to tempt myself. Yeah,
Looking forward to some of mine when hopefully it shows up to Ryan's.
and it's good stuff too. It's not like one of those weird flavors you get where like, I don't know if I want to eat that. You're just like, yeah, this is awesome. I think the weirdest one I got was the cookie dough one or something, but
Those are fantastic.
Right? Who cares? Also got Area 88, which is great stuff. Anime based on a manga there. Lots of aerial action. Put on Aces High by Iron Maiden and crank this up. So
Play the Capcom arcade game after you check those out. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Direct tie-in with the miniseries right there.
Yeah, excellent. And Bill sent me a bunch of stuff too, so I don't have time to show all of them, but I got a couple things that are not really horror related, but thrillers and stuff like that. Intrigued to see this Afraid of the Dark. Looks pretty interesting. I mean, it's probably not because Bill gave it to me, so he probably watched it and said, this sucks.
I actually didn't watch it.
All right, cool.
I'm never going to watch this.
All right, cool. So I'm going to check this out. I mean, it looks like, I think it's French-British co-production, something like that. So
Yeah.
I will check. I'll check it. It's a serial killer murdering blind women, I think is the idea. Also, I think this was a TV movie with Edward James Olmos called The Limbic Region. Looks like it's going for like a 7 kind of vibe. Another serial killer movie. Yeah, never heard of it. So thanks, Bill.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then just because it's Halloween and I didn't have a copy on LD already, copy of The Dead Zone. Shout out to Cronenberg. Yes. Shout out to Stephen King. Yeah. This is actually, it's not like readily available on Blu-ray for some stupid reason. I think, of course, as a German version, because there's always a German Blu-ray, but it's really not that easy to find. I don't know why. And one of my favorites, freaking Jeff Goldblum and Larry Fishburne in Deep Cover.
Nice.
Killer movie. So I was like to get a copy of that. And what else?
More Cowboy Curtis.
Cowboy Curtis in the house. 5 EV pieces, but this is like a later, like the Criterion was like really early 90s, and then Columbia went and dropped this in like, I don't know, 95, 96 or something like that. So I mean, I'm just intrigued to check this out versus the Criterion, just to see what the difference is. And I had to get a little artsy with Bertolucci's The Last Emperor, more Ryuichi Sakamoto music. Yeah, just good Brotarian stuff. Oh wait, no, there's no guns or explosions. Damn, sorry.
Why did they make it?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's some guns. Yeah, right.
Many.
Yeah, there's some guns back there. Yeah, that's a
They
good
made
question.
it
You also threw in a bunch of like books and things like that, and so a couple of VHS tapes. Don't tell anybody. But I did remember to bring one up. You give me the magazine called Sound Recopal or Recopal or however you pronounce it.
Ecoba.
Recopal, but it's great. It's got a bunch of it's got audio stuff and DAT machines and things like that. But it's got a ton of Ryuichi Sakamoto. He's there. He's everywhere.
Gosh.
It's got a big thing on high vision LD, and
Nice.
even goes and shows you the difference between the probably won't focus, but the measurements of the actual laser, and then
Awesome.
that's like LD, and then that's high vision LD. So because it's so narrowly focused, you can squeeze in more rows of
Video.
tracks and whatever the hell pits. That's the word I was looking for. So I thought that was pretty badass. So thanks, Bill.
Oh, you're welcome.
What else? And then the other thing I got in the mail was from the guy who put this together. Reached out and wanted to send me a copy. I'm going to do a proper full video on it, but this thing is amazing, and it's also about as heavy as a coffee table. It's called the LaserDisc Register, and this was originally a DVD-ROM interactive feature. It was kind of like LaserDisc database, a searchable catalog of everything released in the United States. So no Japanese releases in here, sadly. Though I think there's we discovered a similar kind of Japanese compilation of every release there, but it's got front and back photos of everything, and this is really good. I've got a widescreen review magazine from '98 that has a list of every widescreen thing that they've covered, but they screw up when there's like multiple releases. They screw those up a lot, and they get the details wrong about them. This, however, does not. And but it's even got like Tai Sing, imported HK movies that were officially ported to the US. So it does have some foreign stuff in there. But yeah, like Dr. No, it's got the Criterion, the CAV, it's got the CLV, it's got the reissue, it's got the THX, it's got the original version. So, and then it's got like a rundown of like aspect ratio, catalog number, and the original price and all sorts of stuff. So it's sick. And this is just the movies. There's a volume 2, and that's how big this thing is. There's a volume 2 that's all music and TV and everything like that, and it's like super glossy paper. It's really nice. And so I'm gonna keep digging through that thing. It's awesome. So that's it. What do you got, Ryan?
I got a few things. As you guys know, I pick up laser discs from time to time.
We got to sell like shirts with your face on them, and then just like, I got a few things. Ellipsis.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. And I also reached out to our friend Spencer to do a little intro for these. So let's see how this goes.
Shout out to Spencer.
Let's see if this works out. Maybe not. We don't know. It's a dry run, people.
All right. Judikoff.
Coming from Canon Films, the ultimate American fighting machine is back. Michael Dudikoff returns in American Ninja 2, The Confrontation. Box office raves. Tremendous. The fight scenes never stop. Michael Dudikoff in American Ninja 2, The Confrontation. A canon film.
And,
coming soon.
Thank you,
to the
Spencer, for
bargain
that.
section
And
of
also,
your
thank
local
you, Chris
video
Altman.
rental store.
This one used to be common to find. In the past, year or two, it's become super rare. So huge thanks to Altman on that. And gets me one step closer to completing the collection. One of these days, I might get lucky. Maybe not. We'll see. Got another one here. Let's pass this off to Spencer.
No job is too secret, too tough, or too dirty. A William Friedkin film. Python Wolf. Newsday says masterpiece. The New York Times Syndicate says Friedkin proves once again that he is a master of visual effects. USA Today raves, action ripped from the headlines, and a terror style that's unnervingly realistic.
Nice criterion.
William
I've been looking for
Friedkin's
this for a while.
Python Wolf.
It's got a ridiculous cover, and it's Image Entertainment.
It's got Wolf in the title. We like it.
Yeah, and it's a fan of the podcast.
Yep.
All right, another one here because we really put Spencer to work. We wanted to make sure that if he wasn't on the podcast, he was in the podcast.
Jeff Conaway from Taxi and Grease. Vernon Wells from The Road Warrior and Commando in Bounty Hunter 2002.
So yeah, this is one of the
chaos,
few AIPs that made it to
unknown.
LaserDisc. So
Sick.
you know that it's going to be high quality, high production value, high budget, and everything else that you could love in a LaserDisc.
Is that quality with a KW? ALITY?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you really got to stress it. All right, we got another one.
Bare hands, fast feet, short temper. Ryan Cooper needs no weapon. Stranglehold. It's Jerry Goldenboy Trimble, PKC World Kickboxing Champion. Explosion.
He says it all. I mean, if the star of the movie has a fighting credit as his repertoire, that's winning. And
yeah, who needs acting?
That cover is literally 100%.
Yeah, and even the back, it's what's he doing there?
Yeah, there's a high kick. There's a lot of good stuff there.
That's some action. So this next one, somebody else had picked it up. I believe it was Maxeene, and I just kind of played along knowing that I had a copy on the way. And we'll let Spencer.
Arrowhead Entertainment presents an H. Gordon Booze film. The movie George Clooney probably doesn't want you to see in 2020.
So yeah, I had
the
a
most
copy coming from
explosive
Japan
film of the
because
year.
it was easier and nicer to get from Japan than it was here, even though it's a U.S. release. So.
Nice.
It's hard to come by for sure.
Oh yeah,
that's wild. That's a wild film.
I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen it. And then this one, this is the final one that Spencer's going to introduce. I actually saw somebody post it on Facebook last week, and I was like, oh man, they're stealing my thunder. But here we go.
Hot-blooded passion with cold-blooded murder. Strike a pose. Starring Robert Eastwick, Michelle Lamoth, and 10 sinfully beautiful
No joke.
models.
It says
Coming
sinfully
soon
beautiful
to all
models on
reputable
it.
theaters.
It's they don't even care. It's like he saw an Andy Sedaris film and was like, let's go with 10.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's got to be good. I mean, there's a chick holding a gun on the cover. That's exactly what we look for at LaserDiscs.
Great.
Shout out to Spencer.
Shout out to Spencer, indeed. Thank you, Spencer. Couple more things, because why would I stop there? Unfortunately, I couldn't have him read this one because it was just Japanese and Dolph Lundgren, and it wouldn't have been as exciting. But this is one I didn't have, and finally snagged it. And then I learned something.
What?
Well, it was unclear on LaserDisc database. It is not any longer. I picked up a Japanese copy of Super Mario Brothers.
Widescreen?
Oh, cover.
They're both widescreen, actually.
Huh.
So, oops, here we go. There's 2 different releases.
Ah.
Now, here's the thing that LDDB didn't have. This one's in Japanese only. So 100% dubbed.
Nice.
So no subs or anything.
Yep.
Just a really cool dubbed release. And I found that out kind of mistakenly, but I mean, it's so cool. I'm going to keep it. So yeah, green is Japanese, red is English, and then I think there's a Japanese track.
Nice.
That's
And then
cool.
I picked up a couple of cool ones. I finally snagged a copy of California Man. This thing
Nice.
is like minty. Like, I mean,
Okay.
most Japan releases are, but like this is just really nice. And then keeping with the theme, a Minty
Nice.
Airheads. I had never gotten this in a collection. All the ridiculous movies I've gotten, this one's not even like super rare, but I'd never gotten one. So I was really happy to pick that up.
That's
And then
shocking.
I picked up one. It's not going to look that great because it doesn't have an OB, but you know, it is what it is. So I'll suffer through it without the OB, and we'll use the mod chip, and life will go on. But I've been looking for this, and no joke, it went off on auction, and people didn't bid on it because there wasn't an OB. So it went like way, way, way less than one with an OB.
I was gonna say, wasn't Peter selling that? I don't know who bought that one.
I tried to buy the OB off of Peter. He would not. He would not.
didn't
just
want to
sell
part
me
with
one.
it.
Yeah. Which I don't blame him.
Yep.
And then, unfortunately, Trevor's not here, but I know we're a fan of ski movies. Trevor tipped me off on this.
Wow.
I now own Ski Patrol 2.
Looks minty.
Oh, yeah, it's really minty. I messaged the guy when I bought it. I'm like, please ship the disc outside the cover.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, totally. And he like overpacked it. And by overpacked it, I mean, he just packed it super well. And
that counts as overpacking nowadays. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. But yeah, so I now have Ski Patrol, which makes me, I think, ski complete on LaserDisc.
Whoa, really? We're gonna check with Trevor to make sure you're
We're
really
gonna have
ski,
to look, and
ski complete.
maybe when we do our ski special, we'll
Yes.
have a full list to choose from.
That sounds like a December ski.
Yeah, when it gets to the out.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got a couple more things. This started out like I had like 15 picked out of like new stuff, and I have way too much more that you don't see, and I was like, oh man, this is locked. And then all of a sudden this past like last week happened because I had picked this way in advance. I was trying to get really ready for the podcast because I knew I'd be busy with work. And I picked this one, and it's Last Man Standing. It's I think a Hong Kong release or Singapore, but it's got an Obi.
Is that Jeff Wincott?
Of course it is. And it's and it's obviously not a US release. There is no US release. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, isn't Bruce Willis in that movie?
I think with the Obi, yes. If yours doesn't come with an Obi, the Bruce Willis scene is missing. And then I feel that this is not the last one I'm showing off, but Peter and I made a trade, and I finally have it.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm ecstatic.
Is that the beater copy? Didn't somebody have a beater copy?
No,
that's
Bill's
me.
got
That's
the scrub
Bill.
copy.
That's right.
No, this one's a little rough around the edges because the guy didn't know how to ship it, but I went and picked it up from COVID Central, and I braved it and made it.
Look at you, carrier.
But, yeah, right. Don't watch the podcast for at least 6 days.
Yep.
Wait, no, watch the podcast.
Totally contagious.
And then I got this from Peter as well. I don't know if this is the R7G remote.
Yes.
I am now R7G complete.
Oh, so good.
Because before I couldn't control the player. It just would start playing, and there was no way to hit stop or eject. It just randomly would happen.
How's that thing working lately for you? Working good?
So far, I'm getting ready to move it and put it into my final setup. Hopefully tomorrow. I was going to do it, and I have a 2-year-old. It never happens that way. And then he decided to fall on it again, but he didn't bend it, so I think it's going to be okay. But totally. I got one more thing. This popped up on Facebook randomly from a person in Chicago, because I guess that's where these things exist.
That's where you go.
Have you heard of Guar?
I have heard of Guar.
Oh my god.
There's like 2 in collections on LDDB, no photo, I couldn't find. I searched LDF, and all I could find were people talking about wanting this. But it's real.
I used to watch that on VHS in my buddy's basement back in the day.
Yeah, and even the VHS is getting hard to find of this one. Like, there's a few out there, but they're not cheap.
Yeah, that's a sick find.
This is one of the super rare Telp discs. It's got 2 different sales stickers. One's from like a reserve sticker from 1992, and this is a sticker from like 2006. So 2 different people were like, "No, I don't want this war disc," and I'm like, "Who doesn't want this?"
Damn.
So it's 2020, and I'm finally going to add this scan to LaserDisc database because we need to know what this looks like. And
yeah, buddy.
Let's see if you can get a close up. It's like a hand-drawn, scanned drawing for the like art. Like they went all out, and by all out I mean
scan the VHS cover.
Oh, totally, and then just kind of like fit it in. But I have Guar.
Rest in peace, Odorous Yorgus.
Absolutely. But yeah, so I just had some regular stuff. I'm sure that Maxeene and Bill are gonna kill it with some more rare stuff. So Maxeene, what do you got?
Okay, I stupidly didn't count out 15, so I'm gonna be a little bit selective in my stack.
Yep, the cops are gonna come if you go 1 over 15.
I know.
Shut you down.
They might shut me down.
I totally cheated because I used 2 Marios to get me to 16.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to show these aren't pickups, but I wanted to show these because it's Halloween time and 'tis the season.
Oh, yes.
One of my most favorite things, which is just Frankenstein with LaserDisc.
Yeah, man.
Chimp Man in tuxedo with LaserDisc.
Winter 1983.
Those videos are fantastic. Look them up on YouTube.
I friggin' love this. And then a little bit more classy, you know.
Nice.
Were there like 10 discs in there at that point? Because it was 1983.
83, right? Yeah.
83. It's early.
That's like right when Pioneer was taking over from MCA.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Okay, this one I love. But I'll have to try. I may send a photo of this so we can put it overlay. But I'll show you guys the little.
Oh yeah, there's Dracula back there.
Yeah.
Dracula's there. The buff guy, the guy with the guitar. It might be like a Maryland vibe, and then the player's just in the center, and just like
the player stand. That's sick.
Right?
Yeah, we need some of those.
Serious. And I love that they're like holding the like 8-inch ones too.
Yeah.
But there's just like the monsters, and I just freaking like. 'Tis the season for this one.
Is that like a flat screen display too?
I bet that's a big back.
Yep.
It's pretty damn square.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is probably a similar year. I want to say probably maybe
early 80s. Yep.
Yeah, I want to say 84, 85 maybe, because the player that they're advertising is the CLD 9000 there, which it looks like the CLD, what is it, the US one, the 900 or?
Yeah, it's a beast. It's like a big brick.
Yeah. that is a player.
Yeah.
The mechanism of that is crazy. Okay, so these are my pickups. So just really average here.
A little late.
Really average.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Jackie Chan.
No. I have not actually seen that on LaserDisc ever before, so these are.
It's fun. Oh, Enemy of the State, nice.
That's definitely not cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's fantastic.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
This is another time. So far, these are all ones I've never gotten in lots before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cool.
This is still sealed, so I'm gonna open this puppy up because I love freaking Ron Howard and car films. So
yeah, that's fun stuff.
Can't go wrong with that. Okay, this I had never even heard of. It's a Criterion, but like.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it, but yeah.
Yeah, 5 corners. Not the most excited, but I have no clue. Sealed also has freaking Tim Robbins in it, so.
Nobody ever shows that in their Criterion collections or pickups ever.
I don't know. Oh. Okay, this one I was very excited about. Mars
Nice.
Women. Look at these little outfits.
Damn, that's a nice Is that like a mid-90s release or
I
something?
want to say it probably is.
That's nice.
Let's see here if we got a year on it. Nope. It's in Roman numerals, and I don't feel like figuring
Oh,
that
yeah,
out.
fair enough. We'll have our intern look that up
Yeah.
later.
Okay. I have finally gotten Godzilla.
Nice.
Hmm.
It's one of the few in my collection here.
Nice.
It's
Sick.
apparently a bunch of scenes set to music.
Oh, it's like, what's that say? Godzilla Fantasy. Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, the Godzilla fantasy.
Oh, there it says on the back. Yeah. Huh.
So I don't know. I just this one really spoke to me. The rainbow colors.
That would make a nice collection, kind of with my my other compilation one I have there.
Yes.
The Monster Encyclopedia. I'll have to
I
get
know,
one.
I'm so jealous. Gosh.
That's all Bill's
So
fault.
cool. I know. He started it.
Oh,
Yes.
sick.
Awesome.
This may be a pickup for Bill at some point. We'll see.
It's not beat to hell either. That's
No,
nice.
literally everything in this person's collection. They were the first owner, and everything
Nice.
maybe watched once, if that. A lot of stuff was sealed. Like,
Badass.
so another one that's
Fire in
just
space.
super common. Just so common.
That's what's it? I never heard of that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Pretty rare.
It's
That's the
green.
blue one, right?
It might
Oh,
be
yeah.
blue.
Looks like it's in great shape.
Yeah,
I'm floored. I'm floored by all of these.
that one too. That seems to always get handed like between like 10 guys, and by the time you get it, it's all creased and stuff.
Well,
Yeah. So.
my weird experience has been that everyone I've gotten is sealed, and I cannot bring myself to open it, and so I end up getting it off to somebody else. And so this is open, and I'm just like, yes, finally I can watch it.
You can
I've
just
never
keep it.
got to
Yep.
see it.
Now you can frame it.
Yes, I'll probably frame it. Okay, another one that's just like
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I've never had this in the collection before.
I didn't even know that existed for the longest time.
I know. So this is one I'm very excited to actually like hear what that sounds like.
Yeah, that's cool. There's a lot of
More
good
than
extras on that
actually
too.
see it. Ooh, I like extras.
Yeah, it's got the USB scene, right? Doesn't it have like a USB deleted scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check it out. And
Yeah.
it's got yeah, of course, who was in it? Bruce Campbell in there too, right?
Yeah, it's got the Bruce Campbell all set.
What? Oh my gosh, how cool.
Yeah, we
Well,
just made that
now I'm really looking forward to that.
up. As well you should. Ooh, Wolfman.
Oh
Nice.
man. I for whatever reason didn't have this version, and I wanted this version.
Those Encore editions are pretty sweet.
I know. I was getting more into this year. No idea on this. Weird kind of demo-y vibe. It says
Huh.
images of antiquity, sounds of antiquity.
Wow.
It says like bridges of Rome.
Okay.
And so description of walls. Sounds very informative. I have no idea. I may have to report back on this.
Wow.
But it's just like
Weird.
just straight up like nothing like really going on. And it's just like an actual like Pioneer branded label. So
I hope there's a guy just talking about walls.
I really hope so.
It's made out of stone, I believe.
You might be right,
Probably.
Sam.
Here's a crack.
But actually, checking the stats on LDDB as you're going through that, the
Okay.
analog left is commentary and the analog right is the musical score. So you can watch it without any commentary.
Gosh, I'm really stoked. This
Descriptions
sounds
of
really
walls.
cool. Just
Huh.
like some scenic walls. And then
But-
with description, if you wanted it, that's pretty.
Yeah. So you know what you're looking at.
Another weird one.
Oh, sick. Tim Roth.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
pretty
that's-
Edward Furlong. Look
Yeah,
at
that's a
his
good one.
booty self back there.
Nice.
I have never even heard of that, to be honest.
So one of my homies is actually an extra in that movie.
Stop.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was hanging out with him 2 weeks ago. Shout out to my dude Andre.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Send me a photo. I'll look for him in the background.
Yeah, he's like a bouncer dude smoking a butt. He's just like, yeah, like people go by.
I love it. This is another weird one.
Oh, Dimension 13.
Nice.
Grown group.
Looks
Sick.
crazy. yeah, there was tons of Roan and Elite and DTS and late releases in this lot. And I mean, a lot of things were duplicate and for me, but also, you know, just like this, I had this, but mine was sealed.
Ooh.
So I'm
Damn.
the open one. This is open.
That one's
Nice.
surprisingly hard to come by.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep. This is one weirdly I've had since like the beginning of collecting. Like,
Strangely, I like
this
that one
before
even
I
more
had
than the first.
one. Yeah, I did. I literally didn't even have the first one on my shelf.
Damn.
I had this one first.
I like that one better. I don't know.
It looks extremely 90s, and I'm looking forward to it.
It is. Yeah.
Last one.
Sick.
Nice.
Hopefully a clean, rot-free copy.
Yeah, I'm
check
hoping
that one.
so.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that.
There's a couple different
Oh.
pressings. You might be good.
This was stuck to the back. I'm not sure about this. Apparently, it's just cars.
Nice.
I thought at first it was like Pink Floyd because
Maybe.
it kind of looked like that other Pink Floyd cover.
Yeah, the
But-
Carrera Panamericana.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, it's not Pink Floyd.
Maybe it's got nudity like Motor Fantasy does.
Ooh, really?
Nu-
Motor fans down
Yeah, it's half cars, half nudity.
there? I know that.
That's why everyone loves it.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't either until I popped in and I was like, oh, it's a good thing. I'm just, not watching this with the kids in the house. I don't have kids, but yeah, if I did.
Go to bed. Daddy's
Yeah,
busy.
go to bed. I'm watching Motor
And the cat
Fantasy.
sleep.
I want to see
Go
my
to your
cars.
cat bed.
Yeah. Daddy likes his Lotus.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Well, now I'm
report back
really
on that
looking
one.
forward- Yes, we will know who or what is in this.
I like it.
Well, that's all my really extremely common, unexciting, uneventful stuff.
Hot damn.
All right, it's up to you, Bill. Rescue us.
All right, I got a couple of things. Just a few things. My stuff from Japan finally got here. Months of pickups. They were just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then one magical day they all showed up in the same box.
Yeah.
In great shape, might I add. So first one I got was a nice sealed copy of Leon the Professional,
Yes.
the real version. I
Great.
didn't have the Obi. This is the second one I got, and it didn't have the Obi on it.
They're
And,
always
my
missing for
mom
some
was
reason.
Broken, so I had this, just get rid of it. It was unwatchable without it. So we replaced that, and nice hype sticker on this one, might I add.
Yeah, that's sick.
I love that. It's almost Muse.
yeah.
It's
like
better than Muse. It's got
pretty much
the OB and the hype.
Mhm. Yeah, it's borderline Blu-ray at that point. I got the really difficult version
Damn.
of Guyver Dark Hero
Yes.
to find. This one's got a whole behind the scenes going on. It's the uncut version as well. I guess it's a bit more violent than the American cut. Looks pretty cool. I really dug the
Nice.
first one. I love the anime. I've never actually seen it, so looking forward to watching that. This is a late release of an older movie.
Oh, it's
Yes.
sick. Good
Yeah.
flick.
Yeah, it's got the OB, so excellent clarity on this one. You already know.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun watch. Haven't seen that yet either. We've got Scooby-Doo on acid here.
Yeah, buddy.
House.
Yep.
I guess there's two different versions of this, and I don't think this one ever had an OB. There is another
Right.
press of this. It came out later, and it's got like a film strip.
Corner. Oh, film. All right.
Yeah, so this one has the analog only audio, no OB,
Correct.
but the other one has digital audio. But beyond that, they're the exact same.
Yep.
Oh, is this?
And,
So this is
as
the.
Ryan pointed out, this is the original analog only first pressing of it.
But that's hard to find in that good a condition because most of them have that staining going on. So that's really cool.
Here, let me pop this out real quick. It is a beautiful copy. Nice crisp edges on it. No foxing.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I really
Sick.
like
That's
that
sweet.
one. So
And
that's
that's the
that's
same
gonna be
film?
fun.
That's
What's
not a
that?
different. It's not a different film, right? It's the one that's like the one, the Ding Dong You're Dead, right? So,
No,
or is
it's
it-
a Japanese
oh,
one.
Oh, no.
This is
From the-
like a
from the 70s.
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a
Oh my gosh!
Japanese in Japanese horror movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to track down subtitles for this, but yeah, this
Don't.
is one of the reasons that I
Yeah.
actually got the Genlock for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For my collection, and then I was like, I got to find this house movie. That and Sweet Home. I really want Sweet Home, and both of them are always really expensive. And I lucked out. I found that one for pennies on the dollar. It was
Nice.
like a $10 pickup. So really, really happy to have that. Next one, we've got a Toby Hooper flick that I haven't seen yet. Spontaneous
I love
Combustion.
that one.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. It's got an American release, but I really dig this series, this like We Are Hummingbird series.
Oh, yeah.
Basket Case is on there. You saw Ryan's Frankenhooker. That's also part of that same series.
Oh, yeah. Tales from the Dark Side.
Yep, Tales from the Dark Side. Like there's I think like 7 of them, including Spontaneous Combustion. And they all have this like really cool like CGI like claymation intro that's like kind of violent with this like demon thing. It's cool, and they all come with like posters and stuff. Yeah, those are a good series to check out.
That's awesome.
I've been wanting this one forever. It's always way too much money, and I found one for a great price. It was actually an auction. Nobody else bid on me against me on it. Danguela, the second release. This is a crazy cool gatefold. Let me go and open it up. I've actually got 2 copies of the disc on there. One's the original Italian language, and the other one's the dubbed version. Can I show this? Oh, here.
Yeah, what do you got in there?
You can't show that. So inside the gatefold comes with a real like film strip clipping. You see that?
Oh yeah, sick.
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell it is, to be honest. I tried holding it up to the light. Let me pop it out real quick.
Maybe you can figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to figure it out and I couldn't. Can the camera pick any of that up? Yeah, okay, sort of.
Yeah, we can see something.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it comes with like an actual 35mm clipping.
That's soundtrack on there and everything. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so if you ever go to get the copy of Sanguella here, this white one, make sure it has the Obi. And furthermore, make sure it has the film strip in it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because that's what makes it a really sought after version of that movie, at least in my opinion. Plus the 2 releases of it, you get the original audio and then the English version.
And that'd be pretty easy to hustle without that stuff and kind of sneak that, without anybody realizing.
Yep, exactly. So this next one, Maxeene tipped me off to this. I'm so happy to have in the collection. Kitties and Puppies.
Nice. Both together.
Side A is kitties, side B is puppies, as you can guess.
Yep.
I guess there's no audio on this. It's just tranquil kitties and puppies.
Add your own music.
Add your own music.
I love it.
We got another nice one that I've been trying to land forever.
Excellent.
JM,
Yes.
Super Clarity edition, because it has the
yes.
of course. This is the uncut version. It's a bit longer than the American one. I think it's
Totally different music too.
Yep. It's a bit more violent. I understand. I haven't checked it out yet, but I remember the first one being so-so. I heard this cut is significantly better. So
that's
pretty
good.
high hopes for it.
It's got a lot of Japanese with no subtitles, but you can still figure out the context. Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
Cool. And speaking of uncut, I'm just thrilled to own this Nightmare on Elm Street PAL edition from the UK.
Yep.
This is, I guess, the only version of Nightmare on Elm Street uncut. I don't know. It's weird. The UK one has a slightly more extended scene when what's her name falls back in the bed of blood. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but it's still a nice oddity that makes having a PAL player and collecting some PAL discs like really worthwhile.
I wonder if that was even on the US theatrical at all, or if that's just something extra just for video or something.
Good question. Yeah.
I'll have to check into it.
Yep, got to look into that. IMDb definitely makes reference to it in the alternate cuts.
All right, cool. I'll check it.
The pre-certification UK cut.
Yeah, and it's such a plain cover. Like,
yeah.
UK releases, man.
Like they didn't even try with the VHS.
It's a straight beta.
They phoned in.
Same thing with the back. Look how big the back is.
No.
Yeah, come on, guys.
UK jacket art is pretty weak.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but
beta
I do really like the inner sleeve. Check that out.
All right, that's pretty informative.
Yeah, and it's like it's definitely a LaserDisc sleeve. I don't know like what these were intended for. Made in England, right there. If you can see that.
They're like for all those Opera discs.
Multilingual. So
Yep.
I don't know if any other regions actually got these, or if it was just the PDO, UK discs.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Shout out to Seth for that one. He hooked it up big time, by the way. And speaking of Seth, this is the crown jewel of my anime haul.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is like one of my number one animes, Fist of the North Star. The American version is just insanely rare. It's so hard to get a copy of this. I do have a Japanese one, which has the Toei home ending on it. This has the, I think it's known as the Orion. Oh, no, excuse me, the Streamline Pictures ending, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
In the last like 5 minutes or so of it. But this is the more common version that you see. Like all versions of Fist of the North Star, it is censored. They, I guess, lost the original footage back in the 80s in a fire, which sucks. The Japanese one, the trailer shows like uncensored like anime gore, and it's ultra anatomically correct. That it's like too anatomically correct that they went back and added all this like rainbow obfuscation and like really trippy, like crazy special CGI effects on top of the animated like gore violence, which the end result's awesome. And you see that on here, but it's rumored that the theatrical version for the first like couple of weeks only was the uncut version, and then just went into the abyss, never to be seen again. And there's pieces of it on like Italian VHSs. There's some scenes that are uncut, but most notorious is the Japanese version of this that the trailer shows uncut gore shots. But this, so happy to have it. It's also cherry condition, no flaws on it whatsoever. And then got a couple more going on here. These actually just came in today. A couple of really nice Muse discs. We've got Sakura East and West.
Got some cherry blossoms.
These are laser discs, which are really obscure, I guess. They didn't do too much with it. I believe only scenery discs. I've got a few of them now, but always nice to add a couple more. The really interesting thing about these is they're like Japanese books. The spine is on the reverse side that you'd expect it on. So they don't open, the gatefold doesn't open right, it opens from the left.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. You don't see that too often on the LaserDiscs, especially with the Japanese releases. I don't know why they did that for these. The other denim discs that I have open, normal spine, but these are more or less just scenery, set to traditional Japanese music. Haven't checked them out yet, but they should be pretty fun.
Looks cool.
Yeah, and I got a couple more here. Shout out to Peter. Sam, you were wondering who got of these. Well,
it was you.
Got one of them at least. Double Jeopardy. This is the nice AC3 edition. And no, actually, I got both. I got had to get it. And sorry, Ryan, it does.
He's got the Obi.
I'll scan it for you.
It's fine.
Uma.
Yeah. What is it? Unidentified. Monster.
Mutant animal or alligator. Yeah.
I think that's what it stands for. This is a really great transfer on it. I popped it in, checked a little bit out. Haven't
Such a fun movie
yet, but yeah, it's a cool one.
Good find.
Yeah, so those are all my pickups.
Cool.
Nice.
Good job, everybody, with the flexes and all the fun things. Gonna shoot those values up already, even a little bit higher on eBay this weekend once this airs. So
Jesus.
Get out there. Yeah, good luck finding those discs, kids. Let's get into recent spins and see what everybody's been watching. Where's my spins? I did watch a couple things. One was sadly not horror. Sorry, Ryan. I had to watch the terrifying film. Can you spotlight me? I gotta show the kids.
I saw the cover. I don't want to spotlight you.
Come on. It's first night. It's got a very terrifying Richard Gere in it. It was just in the pile of stuff Bill gave me, and I was like, oh, let's play rot roulette and see if it's rotted, because I'm trying to put together an unrotted copy, and disc 1 was unrotted. Disc 3 side 3 was pretty rotted, but so it was just for a spot check. But then I had to watch, and sorry, it's not a horror film, but it does have a dude with bees in his back. Ninja Scroll. It's pretty. It's got demons and all sorts of freaky stuff going on. It's about this one ninja guy named Jubei going on adventures and just kicking ass and all sorts of cool villains that each have their own special powers, and it's just over the top. There's a lot of gratuitous sex, and some of which is consensual, and violence, obviously, for days. Yeah, really, really. And this was like the stuff you would get on VHS and show to all your buddies back in the day and be like, come on, man.
That was my intro to anime, and that's exactly how it went down. My buddy's
Right?
older brother had it, and everyone was like, this is the craziest, coolest thing ever.
Exactly.
I became a fan of anime.
Oh my God, I love it.
And right when I got back from driving to the Bill Castle, I happened to get a text that there was some package in my mailbox. And I went, and there was something for Todd Berger Flynn and myself, but Todd wasn't around, so I kept it. And then my wife kept it from me. Ryan sent a nice Japanese pressing of Practical Magic. As you can see from the poster behind my head, this film goes over rather well in my household. And we watched this immediately that evening. And this is, I do have the US pressing as well, but it does have the cool making of featurette that they toss on the end of side 2, and a ton of like TV stuff. It's almost got everything that's on the DVD. I don't know if this is the commentary track, but it's okay. Ryan's not going to watch it anyways. But yeah, it's just, it has the Obi, and it's got some undead spiritual stuff going on there. Gordon
Very
Wiesnick
Halloween.
he plays a super creepy, undead boyfriend type, and lots of witchy goodness, and it's got a Halloween scene in it too. So awesome, fun stuff. Then I had to fire it up with some. Somebody was just going nuts with Georgia Romero stuff recently, so I'm like, just for no reason other than it's awesome. I got to watch Dawn of the Dead director's cut. I did the Elite CLV one. I got the CAV box. Thanks, Bill. But I figured I'd just toss this guy on. Never gets old for me. I still love this more than Day of the Dead, even though Day of the Dead seems to be the favorite among the kids nowadays. This one's like the perfect mix for me. It's still got that low budget feel of Night of the Living Dead, but then it's got that bonus of the color and everything like that. A lot of the blood is not really realistic looking, but it's got the great just over the top gore gags that Tom Savini and crew put together, and I just love the characters, and just the whole concept of taking over a mall was like, that's what I dreamed about when I was the age when this came out. Like, this was my dream come true, was this movie. So love it. And then I did I told the truth at the end of the last one I said I was going to watch. I Walked with a Zombie, which I did on the Val Lewton box set, and damn, that's a really, really cool movie. It's not really scary. It's about this Canadian nurse. It's great because like right in the beginning of the film, she goes in a job interview, and the guy's like, do you believe in witchcraft? She's like, what kind of job am I going on? And she gets sent to Haiti to be the nurse for this this interesting kind of a bitchy guy who is just talking about how the place is filled with sadness, and he's just trying to crush everyone's good times. And he's got a wife who's essentially a zombie, and they're trying to do whatever they can to at least if not resuscitate her, to keep her comfortable and everything like that. And there's all sorts of voodoo. There's like a hungan nearby, and everything going on. So it's largely about like the battle of white Christianity kind of trying to force itself on Haiti, and and trying to teach people proper scientific medicine when there's voodoo going around. Really, really good and moody, and it doesn't play like an old 1940s 1950s film. What year was that? Must have been mid 40s, 43 or something. But yeah, it's very modern and fast moving, and just moody, awesome stuff.
Cool.
So that was it. What do you watch, Ryan?
I watched less movies than last time. I was going at a pace that I could not keep up with. I was.
You
just
tired me out, and I wasn't even watching them.
Yeah, it got to a point where I'm like, I just want to sleep. So I'll just pick out a couple of highlights here. I watched a few more behind me, but I got to watch Disturbing Behavior, and I'd never seen this. And
What?
I know. And I forgot how hot Katie Holmes used to be. Like, but this is a pretty good movie. And then it also has like the alternate ending or whatever. and some extras. It was just a really good disc, really good picture quality, neat release, just everything I look for. I mean, that and, it was entertaining. So,
yeah.
And then I watched this, but I first watched the original because why would you watch the second one without seeing the original? And man, like if you don't know, it's got 3 different like small segments, like a lot of style movies do. And the first couple are like, they're okay. They're like scary, but not like super scary. And then you like bring in the doll that's on the cover.
Yep.
And this guy is fucking nuts. Like, I just loved it. And he is just insane. And it's like a haunted doll that like just starts stabbing and attacking.
And he goes, nanny, 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 nanny.
Yeah. And it is just
it's the sickest. Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah. And find it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. But it's insane. You probably won't find it on LaserDisc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still to this day can't believe I got it. So yeah, it was really good though. I really enjoyed it. Like the first like sequences, I'm like, is this gonna be boring?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's okay, whatever. And then it's like, okay, that made the entire like other hour worth it. In, like,
the others are
minutes.
like a total slow burn, and then it's balls out.
Yeah, and like the first one features the same actress in all 3, and like but it's totally crazy. I watched this, and I watched it raw, no subs, no anything. And wow, like, did they do all of the acid to make this?
Yeah, there was no more acid left in Japan.
Yeah, like Japan probably didn't have acid for like 4 years after this movie.
They had to start from scratch.
Just insane, and like you don't like. It seems like it's some girls go to like a house, like I don't know if their family owns it or whatever. And then just weird shit starts happening. I can't even explain it more than that because that's what happens. Like, and every like sequence is just crazier than the last one, and I just loved it. So yeah. And this is the later version with the OB. They usually end up both selling for about the same amount. It's just the other one shows up more, but it's always like beat up or it has the foxing. So yeah, just crazy stuff. And then I watched this movie with my wife.
Nice.
Yay.
Can I say that Nicole Kidman's just a terrible sister, and if she wasn't so terrible, like the whole movie wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Like
it was all about her being obsessed with herself. Yeah.
But yeah, like this is like peak, I guess, 90s. I don't know. It's probably a chick flick. But yeah, like it was fine. Great picture quality, great release.
Good soundtrack. It's got Stevie Nicks and Nick Drake and Marvin Gaye. Come on. I'm gonna send you the CD.
Just do me a favor and just burn it for me, but only charge me for the sleeve.
Yeah, we might bring that up again later.
Yeah, we definitely have to. And then I watched Jacko.
Oh, the Michael Jackson.
Yeah, so I thought this was going to be Michael Jackson with a pumpkin on his head.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It very well could have been. It was all over the place. As somebody commented, it has Linnea Quigley, and of course she's showering.
Of course.
I believe that was in the contract. They're like, things you have to do, shower for the camera. Like, that was just line 1. But it was okay. Is it great? No. But if you find a copy and you want to throw it on, you're going to enjoy it. And that's really what I look for. Like some of these things, like I watch them and they blow like Paper House. But this one did not. So yeah, I really enjoyed my spins this time around, and there wasn't a single one where I was like, man, that one blew like Paper House. So
yeah, this was like your best week out of the whole month, I think.
Yeah, because I didn't watch Paper House.
Yeah. Or like Hellhole or
well, Hellhole just wasn't a horror movie. Yeah. Like it's fine, but it's false advertising. All right, Maxine, what'd you watch?
Okay, so since we're talking about stinkers, I'll put on. I'll show you the stinker I watched.
Oh damn!
So cover, right? Cover's like 6 out of 10.
Yeah, cover is awesome.
Right? Not 6 out of 10. This right here doesn't happen.
Aww.
Not in this sense.
Looks awesome.
So this is freaking okay. This thing is bizarre. It's a a college professor who has suddenly to reveal all of his experiments because he's like being like experiment audited. And so the whole school has to now know what he's working on. And so what he's working on is this like DNA thing where it's going to reverse the aging process.
Okay.
And so he's got like an assistant, and they tried the process out on a monkey, which I didn't like that. So that was like thumbs down on that part. And then he ends up like trying it out on himself, and because he's like rushed and he's like, I gotta prove that it works. And like he ends up like just doing some other complete weird shit that instead of reversing the aging process, it accelerates it, and then accelerated it to where he suddenly was a friggin' dinosaur. Like human dinosaur man, that when they then killed him and it like exploded him, that he was all the little parts that were left turned him into a freaking lizard this big.
Okay.
That some child randomly who's in the movie, because he's like the son of like the love interest, like puts in a freaking box and like, he'll never die, mommy. And I'm just like, what did I watch? Like, oh my God. The whole time it was like, okay, you know, maybe 5 out of 10. Then it was like 3 out of 10 by the end of it. I was like, the dinosaur almost saved it, but it was like,
I was gonna say points for dinosaur, right?
I know, right? Like almost points for dinosaur. But like the feeling of the dinosaur was just so just like bust open a door and he's like tiny arms, rah! That's it. I was like, that was it? That's it? And it's like the fact that he even turned into a dinosaur, I was like, how would you get to dinosaur from old man?
That's the next stage. That's what Kubrick left out of 2001. It's not Space Baby, it's a dinosaur.
Like,
spoiler
no,
alert.
like
Sorry,
no
yeah.
idea. No idea. So here's our leading man here. Superman almost.
Yeah.
Vibes. Like turns into a goddamn dinosaur.
Witness the change. Witness them.
Like I still don't know what I watched. So I had to wash that taste out of my mouth. Or my eyes, I guess.
Yep. Nice.
So I watched this, which I had never seen before.
Yeah.
This was actually one of the first lasers I ever got from a group member back in however many years ago it's been. When I joined the group, I got this and Halloween 3 from the same person.
Damn.
This had me yelling at the screen pretty much the whole time, like, you guys are so stupid.
You're idiots.
And, you know, by the end of it, finally she, like, you know, became, like, more like the first chick from the first movie. But, like, the whole time I was just like, you are so stupid. You fell into every trap. Like, why did you do that?
Get your act together.
like literally. But, like, soundtrack, I was into it.
That was,
It was really-
90s soundtrack stuff.
Yeah, it was good. I was really into it. So, this one.
Ooh,
I-
the
I was-
widescreen version.
Oh yeah. I was watching TV and I saw that this had come on after the thing that I was watching on TV. And so I immediately turned the TV off, went into a different room and put this on.
Did it right.
So if I get the inspiration from the TV, I immediately go grab the actual one and watch it correctly.
Sick.
So. But yeah, this is actually like, I think this may be a slight rotter, but this was very clean.
Oh, nice.
I was really happy about it. Obviously, Richard Dawson forever. So
Yeah. Cadre Cola.
so good. Love that one. Love the now just plain zero.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. I just love that. Okay. And then I watched
Oh, sick.
Body Bags, which was a contender for my top, but Tales of the Dark Side just slightly beat it out. I was looking for like an anthology one to be on my list, and I really, really enjoyed this though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Freaking like Mark Hamill with the eye. Like,
Dude,
ooh.
yeah.
Ooh, that was
What,
was
Debbie
scary.
Harry again, too, right?
Oh, I know. She's in the hair one. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I love the hair one.
That's
And
creepy.
he's just got this like bandage and he's like, please let me have hair.
Yeah.
And he just like lets this like glorious mane down and he's like a new man.
Yeah.
Like younger girlfriends like all into it. But then he just turns into like Wolfman. And then like the hair follicles are freaking like alien follicles.
Alien dudes, yeah.
And they just like eat him. Oh, it's crazy. Loved it.
Yeah, that's good
Oh,
stuff.
and obviously the John Carpenter, like as like Crypt Keeper vibes in between each little segment was like
Fun.
spot on. Spot on. Loved it. Worth picking up. I think that's not too hard to come by. But
Yeah, I should probably get a copy of that before it becomes nice.
Nice.
Shout out to Elijah Wood.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Frodo.
Frodo. Team Frodo.
Like, this is like him running and then almost falling a lot.
At least he wasn't walking the whole time.
No. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then just like Usher like randomly in this.
Yeah. Just cause.
Just, like, I mean, it was really enjoyable. I had seen part of this once before, but this is like my first time watching this all the way through, and I just like really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
Peak
fun stuff.
90s soundtrack, and just like a lot of like little like, you know, I'm the head cheerleader and like you're supposed to be that football guy and like we can't go out if you're not. Like
yeah. There's a hierarchy, yeah.
And it's totally like, oh, and the mentions of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and like Puppet Masters, because like that's basically what's happening, and they're just like making the references, and they're just like sitting in the library, and like Elijah Wood's like, so conspiracy theories, and just like she's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like, and that's literally the entire scene. But yeah, it was really good. But yeah, a little bit hard to come by. I've gotten that like only twice in my whole time of ever finding things. So
yeah, it's pretty sought after.
Pretty, yeah.
It's good
but
stuff.
worth finding. I feel like that was like really good quality picture, and obviously peak 90s soundtrack. So
win-win.
Yeah. So that was my that was all of them.
Sick.
What'd
Good
you
deal.
watch, Bill?
Well, after the last podcast, I kept it real and on track, and fired out some good old Fulci.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've decided I've got a new like love for this movie. I don't know. I think the first couple of times, first time I saw it, I don't know. I just kind of viewed the like hallucination scenes as the dude, you know, the priest that hangs himself, as just like he was supposed to be there. I didn't really interpret it as they were supposed to be hallucinations. So I watched it with like a different lens, and it was a much more enjoyable experience that I went into it knowing it was all like surreal, trippy, you know, kind of flashback type sequences, and not necessarily like there's a monster and now there's not a monster and now you're bleeding out of your eyes. It felt really disjointed the first time when I watched it that way, but yeah, second time through, I really enjoyed it. Good time.
Nice.
Yep. I watched this one for the first time, and it knocked my socks off. I went in with super low expectations, and the movie ended up being fucking awesome. The
Yes.
West.
Oh yes.
Oh my god. Just like going off the cover, I've had this for a while, and I was actually kind of dreading watching. I'm like, man, how many bits can you do with a killer elevator? You know?
Yeah, there's been a few movies about that even.
Yeah, and it's like, well, all right, this is going to be just a one-trick pony. It's going to suck. No, it was awesome. It was, I don't want to spoil it for those that haven't seen it. Yeah. Go out and check it out. It's a foreign movie that's dubbed in English, but the dubbing actually doesn't take away from it too much. It's kind of poorly dubbed, to be frank, but you know, it's well acted, and the special effects and all that are really good.
That quote on the jacket is amazing too.
Yeah.
For God's sake, take the stairs.
I love it.
That's awesome.
That's a good one. Another one that first time viewing for me, and I loved it. Basket Case.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Oh my god, this movie is insane. It was absolutely insane.
So
I don't know. I just really love like late 70s to early 80s New York City, where it's just like
Grimy
crime
New
in
York.
every corner.
Yeah.
You know, every
100%.
brick and mortar establishment's either a peep show or a porno theater, or you know, whatever. Like there's drug dealers on every corner and prostitutes in every corner, and that's like what's shown as New York City.
And it feels like his roommates or the people that live in the same building, like it feels like they're actual prostitutes, that they just grabbed off the street. Yeah.
I think they might have been.
Well, they only needed him for an hour.
Yeah.
The acting was like questionable at best for a lot of the people in it. I think I read they made this whole movie on $35,000.
I could see it.
Which that's 80s money, but even then, like cost of inflation, that's a pretty shoestring budget, and they did it. I mean, there's some cool like stop frame animation in there that's good enough considering the era. There's some pretty solid like practical effects when it comes to the people have to get like slashed up and whatnot. The wounds look pretty darn good.
Yeah, the stop motion's like so weird almost that it adds a coolness factor.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know, the story is just like so disturbing. Like it starts off and you're just like, oh, the like, little freak in a basket, and then you like hear the backstory and like all that. And I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my god, this is crazy. I've got number 2 on deck. I haven't seen that yet either, but number 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
Watched this last night. It was okay.
Yeah.
But Affleck was the bomb, right?
Yeah, you the
The literal bomb.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think that's the sole reason I put this on is just that quote from Jay and Silent Bob was just playing in my head as I was narrowing them down. I always pick out like 2 or 3 movies. I'm like, well, which one am I gonna watch? And I start weighing all the options, and then I just heard Jay saying you the bomb and Phantoms.
Still got that hype sticker though. That's
yeah. I usually keep them if I can. I mean, I obviously open this one up and it's just in a poly sleeve, but I like to, if they came with it, cut them out and just keep them in the baggie.
Yeah, I do that too.
But yeah, that was a pretty cool one, I guess. I don't know. It didn't hold my attention though. I kept like drifting in and out of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another shot at another time. But this last one that I spun, I fell in love with. Guillermo del Toro's
nice.
First movie, Kronos. This movie was fucking awesome. I wasn't expecting how cool it was going to be going into it. I knew it was, slick and all that, but I didn't realize that it was like the bomb. It's a really, really good story. It's got I don't know his actor's name. It's got Hellboy in it. The dude that plays Hellboy.
Ron Perlman.
There we go. Thank you. Yep, he's all in there, and it's got a really cool like scarab type thing. This the lady's chest that it's an interesting concept. There's like a bug inside of this alchemy device that can give you eternal life. And it's like kind of a symbiotic relationship. It like clamps down on you like that and kind of infects you. And then you as the host start craving like blood. Keep your eternal life going. And then you get all like weird looking and stuff as time goes on. Really, really cool concept. Won some awards at the Cannes Film Festival. What was it? The Best Picture. Yeah. And I believe that was in '93. If you haven't seen this, check it out. Pan's Labyrinth fame, Hellboy fame, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool movie.
And it's super cheap.
Yeah. Yep.
At least it was.
Fine.
Yeah.
At least it was.
Watch the podcast right away. Yeah. Don't wait.
And I will add the transfer is top notch on that one. It's
right.
an older disc, but it's noise free, really crisp, really vibrant colors. Looks great.
Badass.
Awesome.
Was that it? Was that the last view?
That's it.
All right, cool. All right, we're gonna do some viewer mail. We got the mailbag we're gonna tear into here. I don't know if we may still pass some of these along, but we got you guys ready? You got your thinking caps on?
All right.
All right, cool.
My cat.
Aw. Thinking cat. Here's some interesting. One guy it wasn't even a question. It was just it would be interesting to find out how big or small the CDV collector's market is these days. That was Jeff Kalmus. But then also Karma River asked, I have some LDs that are marked as both LD and CDV. This ties into something we might talk about later too. Why is that? He wants to know. So CD video, aka CDV.
AKA very rotted.
Yeah, which means there might be PDO UK manufacturing them. But yeah, when LaserDisc started, there was analog audio, and then in the mid 80s they made the transition to adding in digital audio, and Philips decided that they were just kind of going to rebrand the whole format, because like there were CD videos, which are little hybrid 5-inch discs, which have like a couple CD audio tracks and then some LaserDisc video on there as well. But then like Philips was like, no, that's not good enough. Even like 12-inch movies and 8-inch movies, we're just going to call them all CD video. And there are a ton that have both logos on there. And from what I hear, Pioneer was not too happy about Philips like just kind of going for it and being like, well, we're just going to remake it because it's got digital audio now. So now it's CD video. And then I don't know, I guess they just gave up on it eventually. And like, I don't know, early 90s maybe, or something, late 80s, early 90s. So yeah, they're laser discs.
But with digital audio.
Yeah.
But with digital
laser
audio.
discs.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was some buzz about that in one of the groups. So yeah, we might bring that up later. But yeah, it just means that it's got digital audio. That's all you need. You don't need it. They had special like players that had the logo right on them, but it doesn't matter as long as you have a LaserDisc player that can play digital audio, you can play CD video discs. So some of those little 5-inch ones are like money nowadays.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'd love to find some of them. But do you guys have any?
I did.
I
don't
don't
have
know.
any more.
Yeah, there's a few. Like there's a Rush one I want for big money, and I think a handful of them, maybe like a Brian Ferry one I want to get. But yeah, if they're PDO UK, who made like a lot of this, like the music videos, I've got like Tears for Fears, songs from the scenes for the big chair or whatever, and it's one of those gold discs that PDO UK like to make, but it's got that oxidized kind of dirty grayish black kind of border around it. So yeah, check the LDDB before you go looking for those suckers. But yeah, I got lots of CD video stuff, but yeah, don't worry about it. It's a laser disc. All right. What else we got? We got some old fashioned ones we probably covered before, but Svine wants to know what disc movie has, in your opinion, the nicest / coolest / best cover art in your collection?
Ooh.
It's a deep question.
Yeah, I know, right? Top cover art.
Jeez, I
I
need
would've-
to prep for that.
Yeah. Well, I got a cool one behind me.
All right.
Oh yeah, well, dentist, yeah.
I mean, this is right on par for the movie. If you're afraid of the dentist, avoid this movie. But it's great cover art.
Nice.
That was handy.
My favorite-
Della Morte Della More.
Japanese release.
The Japanese release. It's got everything. It's got, some
Laser
giant
boobs.
skeletons on there. It's got flames. It's got a very bodacious lady on the front that
Yep.
Well, we can't show it on this because she doesn't have a top on.
I'll show it and then I'll add like little censorship bars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll add
I
that.
have a copy, but it's in the rack.
Yep. Oh, what's Max got?
LaserDisc City.
Nice.
And
Who doesn't want to go to Laserdisc City?
this is probably one of my favorites.
That's pretty bad. Was that Star Wars
what
on Laserdisc
Olivia
City?
Newton-John?
On the other one,
Oh.
was the bus going to like see Star Wars? Oh yeah, there's Star
Of course
Wars.
it
Yeah.
was.
Yep. Nice.
So it's got Hollywood there, Paul, Simon and Garfunkel, some like tennis.
Well, those are all the reasons why you get Laserdisc. Star Wars, Simon and Garfunkel, and tennis. Like,
Yeah.
Well, and Hollywood,
well,
I just never realized there was a bus line that went directly to Laserdisc City.
Correct. And if you notice, they're like in Arizona making their way there. So
Yeah, even though it's kind of behind them, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Is that like the cool laser bus?
this is
I,
the cool.
I heard there's a
Yeah.
not cool
Cool
laser
laser bus
bus.
that I would.
That's a nice laser bus. Yeah.
So Laserdisc City is next to Carson City, where they have the plant, right?
Exactly directly in the same county.
Not just a pressing plant, also a university. That's
There's
pretty
also
sick.
there's a catalog that has the same cover. I have that also. But this is just apparently, like it says, it has different genres on here, but popular music. We don't know what that is though.
All right.
Obviously,
Artist-
Simon and Garfunkel.
Clearly.
And
Popular.
probably Olivia
Oh,
Newton-John.
Ooh, it's got a game section that says
Ooh.
Kid Disc. So that kid disc.
Yeah, the first national kid disc.
Yes. Oh, there might actually be Bill Murray on here.
Dude, that's going to bring it up another notch.
Yes. This I've had, on my little rack there for just literally because of the cover for a long time. So
you knew this moment was coming.
I didn't.
There you go.
Just thought of them just now.
My go-to answer is usually Akira, Japanese CLV. That's kind of my favorite. But yeah, there's some other ones I love. Hardware, the Japanese release for Hardware, I love a lot. And the Japanese Wolf. I don't even like Wolf that much, but I love that disc. Oh, and freaking Ed Wood with that black and white cover where he's got the pink Angora sweater. Anyways, that's enough. That's more than enough. All right. So it was a tough one, but you guys delivered. Let's see what else we got here. Did we do? Yeah, we already did the worst timing LaserDisc side change. A lot of just like comparisons. What's the best compared to, VHS and all that sort of thing. Yeah. Trevor Noble wants to know what's the best dancing mop scene in a movie.
Oh, it's definitely Wizard Mouse.
Wizard Mouse, or
all
possibly the reissue of Wizard Mouse.
All right.
But that didn't make LaserDisc, so.
Well, the box set version of Wizard Mouse.
The packing material version.
Yes.
I'm going with Gene Kelly and Thousands Cheer. No, I'm not. I'm going with Wizard Mouse. It's funny. Jerry Brendan Lenko wanted to know for Ryan exclusively, just as Ryan Cushing.
Wow.
What are some of the best box set releases here in the U.S. compared to other countries, and why were others more superior than one as far as content inside of the box set?
Okay, so I wish I knew this was coming because I had the pictures ready.
Oh,
so,
you actually have something.
There's a nice Bronson box set.
Ooh.
That has a bunch of films, and I believe that a couple of them are only in that box set, at least in the U.S.
I will add that overlay.
Yeah, and then the U.S. got the V and the Final Battle, the original miniseries and the final, whereas Japan got it, but it was like really early. In the U.S., it was like 98, 99, and so it has much better PQ. We got the Frighteners box set, which is a signature collection and fantastic.
And impossible to find.
Let's see. We were lucky enough to not get the Cronenberg box set.
Yeah, good point. We could just get a couple different Cronenberg discs and tape them together if we want.
We got the Alamo box set with AC3, which if you're into boring Westerns or John Wayne,
longer cut, right?
Yeah. Yes. And all of the box sets are the longer cut, I think, the Roadshow. But that
one's got AC3.
They got the AC3 one, yep. Twilight Zone box sets, those are kind of a toss-up.
Yeah.
There's and then hang on, I actually took photos of my box sets so I could go through them. We got the Godfather chronological. We got the Hellraiser with the deluxe one. Jaws signature collection.
Yes.
I know we've heard of that one.
I've seen it.
Yeah. The Pioneer Special Edition Natural Born Killers.
Very nice box. Yeah.
Let's see. There's maybe one or two more. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest box set with the amazing cover. That cover alone is worth the price.
Yeah, a lot of those Pioneer Special Editions didn't get direct ports overseas.
Yeah, or they got them, but they weren't near as cool or
in
something.
Those books or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Platoon didn't.
Yeah.
And
then,
did that. That's a sick one.
Criterion did this box set for this timeless classic, The Rock. And then without going into too many details, we had a bunch of animation box sets that were amazing. Looney Tunes, Tex Avery, the Tom and Jerry ones, and then for the tasteful ones, the Russ Meyer box set.
Oh yes.
So you just really got to search it out. There's just so many things out there, and it depends on what you're into. Because I have a couple that I don't even remember having. I apparently have the is it My Fair Lady with Audrey Hepburn or whatever? Where she's on the cover and it's got the stripes.
The stripes,
I have that, and I think it's because I got it in a collection, and it was the first collection I got, and it made its way onto a shelf. And once it's there, you can't get rid of it, right?
Yeah, it's there forever.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff. It's just we focus on the Japanese boxes because we have to go find them, especially everyone in the US and even in Europe. Europe, they have to go find everything.
Yep.
Kind
Even
of.
if they're worse pressings or if
Yeah.
they don't have, I don't know, any
Yeah.
cool extras. Yeah, whatever. Got to have them.
100%. And we also got the Dances with Wolves box set because that's really
yes.
good on shelves.
It always fits in your Calyx cubes.
100%. Yep. So, but yeah.
Any other kids have any special boxes that Ryan didn't cover?
Well, I guess I misunderstood the question, and what I put aside were all Japanese box sets.
Yeah, it was like which US boxes are better than Japanese ones. Yeah.
This is
Ah,
what I put
nice.
aside because I love this one, and it's from Bill, and it's freaking so cool. I actually put this in its own sleeve separate from the disc, and I put the disc in the sleeve so I could actually watch them and not have to open this at all. So,
Yeah, that's a good call.
But I put that one aside, and then the Movie Magic's special effects one.
Oh yeah, that one was sick.
Because I'm pretty sure both of those are just like weird, just ones that we didn't get here. So
That's too cool. So yeah, this was like point counterpoint. Maxene's a counterpoint. Take that, US American box sets.
literally like those are the only two Japanese ones I have. Like I have
Really?
I have like no box sets because that was like one of the rules that I told myself, like you cannot have box sets. Okay.
They take up space. Yeah.
If you live in an apartment, like what do you think? No. So like I basically like never ever kept any box sets. And like it was like a wormhole. I got the Twin Peaks ones.
Oh, sick.
It was like, well, now you got some box sets, so maybe like this other one's okay. And so I had this rock and roll, history of rock and roll box set.
That one's cool.
And yeah, that one's really cool. And then, now I have freaking Back to the Future, and I've got these ones, and I got the freaking Dawn. Like, what am I doing? Who am I? So,
Nice.
broke all the rules.
I got a couple of personal favorites of mine. The Evil Dead Elite Edition comes with a beautiful gold disc and a silver disc. You get double down on that one. And what was the other one? The Kingdom. The Kingdom's another really, really cool one.
That's awesome.
You're on acid, as the cover says.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't think that has a Japanese release. I think that's a US only box.
Yeah.
And then the Japanese boxes, like on the flip side of that, I don't know, Ghost in the Shell premium box is super sick, and the Akira premium box just absolutely smokes the Criterion collection.
I know the Criterion is. I mean, it's kind of cool to have, but I never watch it.
The Japanese one, oh my god! There's like every single storyboard, like scanned in as a special feature, and there's literally like 15,000 still frames of storyboards on every single of the 6 sides.
And it's got the English dub if you want to listen to that.
Yeah, it's off the hook.
Sorry, Criterion.
Yep. You blew it.
Womp, womp.
Yeah. All right, so that sort of answered the question. Jeremy Coleman wanted to know about if we have any films that are not yet in the LaserDisc database. This should be off for Ryan too. I'm asking primarily about movie titles, but I'd be interested to hear about anything that hasn't been added in the database, or maybe that you added in the database yourself. So, yeah, there you go.
So I have one pending that's not in the database, but I've been really good at sticking on this. And it's a copy of Bruce Lee Martial Arts Master. It's a documentary. And it's a Hong Kong release. I guess there's one other version out there. It's probably Singapore or something like that. But this one is the Hong Kong release. Neither one of them are obviously, really easy to find. Oh, I guess there's a Japanese release of it.
Oh.
But yeah, it's sitting there in Pending World, which is weird because I submitted a bunch of stuff after it. And
that got through?
Yeah, that's the one that's stuck and held up. But
lying about it.
Yeah. Well, see, I've been adding photos too, so that's the other thing I've been trying to do is as soon as it gets added, I push photos out now, so that it's ready. But I got one I'll show off next week that I just added, and then let's see. Hang on just a second while I look these up. I've added as I click through the LaserDisc database, which I use a lot. I don't know if you guys have heard you should use LaserDisc database.
I've heard about this thing. Yeah, I actually still need to add that James Bond from Russia with Love Chinese LaserDisc I have.
100%.
I don't have that on there. Yeah.
I added Grid Runners, which is Don the Dragon Wilson. there's like 3 versions of that. They all have the Grid Runner's name, and then there's the Virtual Combat, which was the US title, which I think Grid Runners is probably, I think it was Virtual Combat. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's kind of weak.
Yeah. And then let's see, what else do I have? It's really crazy. I added Wicked City, like a second disc, because they only had the first disc, and all of them, like all the ones with like 2, there should be 2 like discs and 2 entries.
Part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, and so that's sitting in pending hell. And then
have you watched that yet?
No, I haven't. I have a bunch of Hong Kong stuff that I just got that I need to watch, and I can't for another couple of days.
A dude legit turns into an airplane on that second disc, so you need to watch it.
100%. And then I got a couple more I don't want to spoil that I'm probably going to show off on the next one. But Blood Moon with Gary Daniels, I added one that wasn't on there, and yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, just if you find something, add it, because it's really cool.
And especially you're getting a lot more Asian discs, and not Japanese discs are pretty well. There's a lot of missing covers still, but they're pretty well noted.
Missing covers, but
but Hong Kong and Singapore not so much.
Yeah, those are, you got to find them, and then you got to get them here and hope they don't get to Chicago and go all the way back.
Yeah. And then come back again later.
Maybe
a number of titles that I added in. Most of them are Tales from the Crypts, to be honest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they came with variant titles on them. The Vault of Horror is what they called it for whatever reason, including the title card on the actual LaserDisc.
And then what are the ones that are like Hollywood something too, right? There's one that's...
well, that's the Japanese name. They go by like Hollywood Nightmare.
Hollywood Nightmare, that's it, yeah.
Whatever reason, but the title card still says Tales from the Crypt.
So
although
weird.
Those discs open up with like a Japanese like katakana Hollywood Nightmare, but then it's like the regular HBO intro
with the Crypt Keeper,
Whereas these the ones that I uploaded to LaserDisc database, it's the HBO intro, but it like has an edit over on it. It says Vault of Horror, and it doesn't have any Tales from the Crypt title cards on it.
So weird.
It's pretty interesting. But yeah, I added in Volume 1, which is from Philippines. Volume 2, which is from Singapore, Volume 3, which is from Philippines, and Volume 4, which is also from Philippines. And they all have like a very similar cover scheme going on them. They're like this just like skull. It doesn't even look like Tales from the Crypt. But they're really clean copies. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of them on there that I'm noodling with. How do I actually even submit them? They're white label laser discs. One of them's a new music review. It came from a music kiosk. It's my disc that has the Slayer music video on it.
Ditto head.
Nice.
So cool. I got to figure out how to get that added, because I don't even know the official name of it. There's like ballpoint pen for like the name of it on it.
To you then, you get a name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Magic Bills Music Power Hour.
Yeah. So I've got that, and Peter actually hooked me up with some really funky discs. He had these hotel discs that are from the best we can guess is they were intended for either like a W1, or you have 2 of the same players side by side, but it would be a movie that's traditionally on just 2 sides, but it's broken up to 2 discs. There we go. Ryan's got one that he's holding up there. And side 1 and side 1 will be on disc 1, and side 2 and side 2 will be on disc 2. Probably so that you can seamlessly like flip it over in 2 different players. They were intended for pay-per-view, like old school pay-per-view in a hotel. Like you call up and some dude's like, okay, let me press play on that. It'll be $20. And he probably loaded one of those up. And I also have a studio test version of Dick Tracy that I got to figure out what the heck to do with that one. That's also a white label disc. It's just got a generic 3M sleeve on it, but it's a pretty cool pan and scan of Dick Tracy that was a proof of sorts. So yeah, I don't know what to do with those like weird like sort of one-off releases of movies that have other variant releases, because there's totally different like matrix codes on them, and some of them don't even have like a product code. They don't have like a spine number or any of that stuff. So
yeah, that's a trip.
Well, for example, and this is the one thing, like I have Zero Effect. That's one of those hotel discs.
Okay.
And it's 4:3, and the official release is widescreen. So
Letterbox, yeah.
Letterbox. So like it's the only release as far as I know in 4:3, and it looks fantastic. But it's like, I mean, it's just generic as hell, and you'd think it's a bootleg if you didn't know any better, because it's just a Pioneer label with the name and a code on it.
But yeah, if they were playing that on hotel TVs, they don't want letterboxing. You got to keep it 4:3.
Yeah,
that's cool.
This was my crowning jewel, number 8.
That's sick.
Show number 8 is the last one. This one's still sealed. I have another copy that's open, so I can watch it. But this is like one of my favorite series that no one's really heard of. And it's so cool. The ones that I have seen so far, they have like weird like Tower Records like promos, like this is it. This is LaserDisc. Like check out LaserDisc, like and like they're great. I love them so much. And they just have little snippets of music videos. So these are all just like from different years. Like this is meant to be played during August 18th through September 18th of 1992.
Only that time. Yep.
Only that time. So it's like that's why it's sealed, because like that time had passed and they just missed it. And they're like, damn it, it's 93. Like
can't play it.
So
it's over.
Yeah. So,
does it have Pauly Shore on it?
I hope so. Oh my God. I really, really hope so. Man. But I also have a bunch of those weird like white label ones. And I mean, I have like weird promotional things or one-off things, pressing factory things. Like no clue how to like list that, or maybe I have the one and only thing. I don't know. Like I have the one that's my most infamously weird one is just labeled as space cartoons. And I just love that one. It's so weird. And like one of these days I have to figure out how to like actually put some of these things onto YouTube, because like my setup is meant for my television and I don't know how to put things on the computer. Yeah. So one of these days I'll share what the heck is on some of these bizarro, just I have one that's just labeled rock music and like totally, what is that? Muppet
what's
Baby?
Ryan got? What?
It's like a sample code version of the Muppet Babies disc. There's only one. Like the disc itself has the real label on it, but like it's got like a barcode and a Buena Vista Entertainment sticker on it. So I'm guessing it's like a sample version before they pressed it.
Yeah, but, totally.
Yeah, I mean it's Muppet Babies.
I love that. That's so cool.
I mean, I know how much of a Muppet Baby fan you are. So.
Oh, totally. I have all the toys for my 2-year-old.
Muppet Babies.
But like it's those cool things. Like that one, I it's the same code as the real one, but it's obviously like somebody didn't just print off the Buena Vista sticker with a barcode. Like there was some actual like usage for it, and I'm assuming it was a test thing, or they sent it home with one of their reps to pre-sell Muppet Babies. I don't know.
Damn.
But
that's from my experience, like with the person that I met who worked at the pressing plant. Like they pressed, a test pressing, and then he took those home that were like meant to be destroyed, basically.
Nice.
So there's a lot of ones that have literally zero label, and they just have some like green pen marker on some of the outsides of it, and like the outer label is like written on in Sharpie of what it is, but it's like an actual like Pioneer, like actual like says LaserDisc, like that white one from the antiquities. It just says LaserDisc on the bottom and it says Pioneer on it somewhere, and like they're official, but they're just like the first thing just to see what it looks like.
Dude smuggled it.
Make sure the
look
audio
like crap. They're
right.
really, they're real rough.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're weird. But yeah, I have lots of weird promo stuff that yet to add up, because I just don't know what the heck to
Man, that must have been such a trip. You just come home from work and you're like, oh, just got this promo LaserDisc. We just printed one of them. I guess I'll just take it out and throw it away when I'm
done. Yes. So weird.
I swear I'm going to throw it away.
Yeah, I swear. Totally not going to bring this home.
Oh, yeah. There was a bunch of adult ones in his slot.
Yeah, you just happen to bring those home. So
I know.
They passed my QA/QC.
It's the glue on the edges, I swear.
Yeah, man. 3M.
3M. It's like he's in Carson City. Like, it's 3M. Like,
3M. Totally. All right, almost done with the questions. Donald Melodia, shout outs to Donald, wanted to know, are there LaserDisc exclusives? And if so, please name them so I can buy them on eBay. No, I had that last part, but please name them. The list is slimming. I mean, a lot of the exclusives I used to have aren't exclusive anymore. You know, the Keep dudes, they're all available on something.
Well, the Keep's in an Australian DVD, like how they in 2020 it came out on DVD. It's the only way, but
yeah.
I think the big ones when I started were Rad, which shout out to
Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar Syndrome. Yes, of course. And that's out of printing already. So like people are paying stupid amounts for that.
Yeah.
But it didn't hurt the Laserdisc price, but
at all.
And then there's one with Fred Savage and Christian Slater and Nintendo, I think.
Oh yeah, Wizard Kid.
Yeah, and like that one was like everybody had to have because it was like Laserdisc or maybe like a lame DVD, but that's now on a beautiful Blu-ray. So I mean,
it's shrinking.
I guess it's really stuff like, you know, Return of the Living Dead, where they have like all of the original songs, which they came close this last time around, but still couldn't get one. It's like,
The Damned.
You went that far and still couldn't get one song. Come on, guys! Like,
it's hilarious. There's still part of it. Like there's this laughter kind of part of the song that's still in it, but
wow,
the rest of the scene doesn't have the song.
Weird.
It's goofy.
But if you search, if you Google Laserdisc database and exclusives, there's this huge rundown of either like bonus features or all kinds of like extras that's in this really extensive posting. And I don't know if it's 100% accurate at this point because
it keeps changing.
Yeah. Believe it or not, like Blu-rays and 4Ks are coming out now.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're even on sale.
But yeah, extras wise, like, I mean, the Criterion series has so many commentary tracks, and like the 7 box set commentary is different than the one that's on the Blu-ray. And there's a lot of special features and things like that. And like Bill was showing Scream earlier, that cut of Scream still hasn't shown up.
The Terminator 2 box set, if you want that Guns N' Roses video, or if you want the product gallery, like still frame fly through, that's the only way to check it. That
likewise,
fly through is the bomb too. It shows you every single Terminator 2 product ever made.
That's sick.
Ridiculous. Oh my god, I have to watch that. That's so cool.
The Nightmare Before Christmas CAV box set. In fact, there's some LDs that are actually censored. Has a piece called Slow Bob from the Lower Dimensions that Henry Selick did for MTV, and that's not on like reprints of that. So that's even like
the Toy Story box. Can't forget about the Pixar stuff with like the uncensored like tatas. There's a lady in the Snow Globe one.
Good call.
That's managed to like hell.
Yep.
Never gonna see the light of day again.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. And of course, there's the
Roger Rabbit, or is that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about Rescuers Down Under, right? Or is it just Rescuers? I forget which one it is.
I think is it Down Under? I think it's Down Under.
Which one it
or is it?
No, it's the late release Rescuers where
okay.
They pulled a Fight Club.
Yep. Now, did the Harrison Ford scene, did they port that over to Blu-ray or anything in the special features?
I don't think so.
Or is that still a laser exclusive?
I mean, at least they're carrying guns in ET.
Yeah. It's gonna say guns are in there for sure. Nightmare on Elm Street, number 4 and 5. You get the uncensored cuts. Those are LD only.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, there's a few other horror ones that have like weird cuts on LD that are a little bit. I'm trying to think of some other. They escape me, but yeah, there's some.
Yeah, or it's like it's just slightly different, or they added more Ewoks, or things like that.
Or the color timing or something is different. Yeah, there's some things out there you can get.
Like musical numbers.
Is it the blue version of Matrix, or is that?
Oh yeah, good call. There's special.
But they supposedly fixed that on the Blu-ray, or did they?
I don't know.
Spencer, where's Spencer?
I heard it's partially fixed. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's Song of the South. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh, duh.
But like Ryan brought up, this is funny because I remember back in the 2000s when Laserdisc died, Song of the South was huge. Giorgio Moroder's Metropolis was huge. That was like $100 disc immediately.
Really?
And then and everyone was after it. And then when, of course, it got released officially, the floor just fell. Like nobody cared anymore. But that doesn't happen anymore. Like Ryan said, it doesn't matter if Rad's out on 4K. People still want to pay big bucks for rad on LaserDisc. So now it's like just having it on LaserDisc is like a calling card. It's like cool. So
Well, you're paying for member berries.
yeah, you are. So yeah, the nostalgia factor is so high that it doesn't even matter really if it's out on Blu-ray nowadays. Like, yeah, nobody cares that the Wizard's out on Blu-ray. They still want to drop a few dollars on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it like lulled and now it's just gone back up again. Like,
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
5 people who are like, I got the Blu-ray, I can pay for my Blu-ray and buy another Blu-ray if I sell this clunker. And then everybody bought that and now it's right back.
Yeah, I don't think the keep is sagged even with that Australian DVD out there.
No, why?
I mean,
keep still there.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think it's because, I mean, who wants to import a DVD? No offense to Australia, but like, I'm not going out of my way to import an Australian DVD.
yeah, I definitely don't have a copy.
Yeah. And I'm assuming it's
Yeah, I totally have a copy.
region 6 or something. I don't know. I had zero desire.
Yeah.
Did the cartoon, The Point?
I have that on LD. Did that get ported?
I'm not sure if that got ported. That was one of the ones that came to mind as one that's an LD only.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I have some vague memories of like Rhino or something, putting that on DVD or something, but maybe I'll look into it.
Yes.
That's a classic.
I love it.
Yeah. All my cats growing up were named after Oblio, and they were all Point character names. So yeah, Me and My Arrow, good song. Sorry, we're getting distracted. And then final Spencer Draper, we got to answer a Spencer question. Our official Broterian quote reader. Does anyone you know actually understand the importance and magic of LaserDisc, or are you still laughed at by everyone around you? Some of the people I know are they're into it.
Yeah, I have a friend who borrows stuff from me to watch, and since he's local, he can just come over and take discs, and I know he's going to bring them back. And he's one of the few that everyone else is like, you mean like those record-sized things that they don't make because, you know, they make Blu-rays? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. But
get off my back.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to know people who are into film and movies to enjoy movies. And I think if you know enough of those, there's going to be a few that are like, yeah, I've got some. They may not be crazy like us.
Yeah, like I got a lot
here.
What's that?
I'm still on the island.
Yeah. Like I got some friends that I conned into getting into LD back in the 90s, then they got out of it, but they're still kind of like, yeah, cool, you know, even though they're not actively collecting anymore. But yeah, I think they're down with it. They still think I'm like slightly, I think they think I'm crazy for collecting, you know, any physical media period, because you know it's all about digital now. So yeah, like Amazon just said that whatever you buy from them, you don't own. So
You own it.
that's the new reality.
We knew that anyways. Like,
I know. I
we've
always
been hearing
knew
it
that
from everybody else.
Yeah.
Like,
I always knew there's no chance this is sticking in my library.
Yeah.
Right. I will say that anybody that's come through my house and enjoyed a LaserDisc totally gets it, and I don't get flack from them. So like, holy shit, this is on a humongous screen. It's this weird movie that I've never seen. It's a crowd setting. Everyone's getting all you know, hype about this B flick from the 80s. It's a great experience. And you know, friends that I have that you know, I know virtually and whatnot that haven't necessarily seen the setup and just look at it as, oh, it's obsolete media. What are you doing? There's, you know, 4K digital downloads out there, you idiot. And I'm just like, all right, it's not what it's all about, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's tough explaining it to people that don't necessarily get it. I think it's the type of thing that you need to experience to really get the attraction to it.
Yeah, I used to screen them at work all the time. Nobody ever complained. Everyone had a good time with them. And, you know, they kind of got into the whole, you know, novelty at first and like, whoa, but they instantly got sucked into the movie. Nobody complained about the picture quality. It was just everyone had a good time. So you hang out with good people now. So
I tried it.
Yeah. So that's cool.
I have like one friend who I've given an LD player to, and like a couple just in hopes of like.
I saw you trying to get Reggie Watson to LD one time.
Oh
right?
yeah, he was fascinated by it, loved it. Totally, we were gonna have a movie night and everything,
And
like COVID.
and then
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture of him like chilling
Yeah,
at Maxene's pad
Oh, cool.
with a laser disc in his hand.
I'll
I
send
got
a
a
photo.
couple
We
of his
can put it up.
records.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nice.
He's literally the coolest.
That's
He was
awesome.
super into the Gate and
yeah.
Better Off Dead.
Yeah.
Discussed a lot about Better Off Dead. But
Yeah,
I think what we were gonna watch was The Thing. That was on
Damn.
deck.
Yeah, that would have been a good movie night.
Have it yet, so hopefully still when it's safe to have movie nights again.
Yeah, I miss doing those too. That was just fun having people over, watch like Johnny Mnemonic or something, and
Yeah.
just have a good time. But
It'd always be like, oh man, should we do a double feature? I got work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in if you're in. And then we just make terrible decisions.
let's do it. Yeah. My buddy Scott, who I used to get into LD back in the day, his tagline was, "I'm so fucked." That'd be after the third movie. He was like, I gotta work tomorrow. I'm so fucked. Yeah, it's all about bad decisions and good movies.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, hopefully we answered everybody's questions. I still got a few I'll pass over and save for the next episode, but so far so good. On to the hot topics. Ooh, burning issues, things that are exciting in the LaserDisc world. I got a few possibilities, but does anybody have anything burning that they need to get off their chest and talk about?
If you get a disc and it has a chunk out of it,
Oh, dude.
no amount of bubble wrap was gonna save that.
It was like
offense.
a serious punch hole.
Yeah, it was like a notch. Like that thing got speared and it sucks. And be happy it wasn't a $200 disc, because that's what happens to Bill is he gets the broken expensive stuff.
We get all the expensive discs.
Every conversation I have, I'm like, hey, I got this. The jacket's okay. Did you have that? And you're like, yeah, but I had to send it back because they wanted the jacket back because it was cracked. And I'm like, you just have this carnage yard or something.
Yeah, dude. I wish I got to keep them all. It'd be like the saddest stack of laser discs ever.
I'd just be like, I need that cover now.
I did get to keep some of them though, and I still got you.
Oh, it's cool. But bad things happen. And I swear, everyone just wants to be like, oh yeah, eBay sucks. If you buy 1 million discs off eBay, which is where the primary sales are coming from, there's going to be a broken one or two. And
especially if you're buying from sellers you don't normally buy from, you're going to gamble eventually.
And if it's a $10 disc, it's a $10 disc. Like, yeah, it sucks. I don't want to see any of them broken. But as any seller, you're going to wrap a $10 disc in a box and send it. You're not going to put it in this like $6 box. There's no reason. No one
some
wants
dudes
to pay.
will. There's some like
Some
crazy
dudes, yeah.
sellers.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
Like the box this big for one disc and
well,
tons
The
of
whole
foam
roll
and
of bubble wrap, the whole
Yeah.
$20 roll of bubble wrap.
the crazy ones where they put it in a box that's not quite big enough, like,
Yep.
but it's like at
Oh,
an
yeah,
angle. And you're like,
diagonal.
oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
how did this make it? Like, there's like a hole in the side, but it wasn't where the disc was at. Like, you're like, I mean, it sucks, but I bet that you had 400 other discs that you got within the past year or two that were fine.
yeah, I mean, I've had pretty good luck overall. Maybe some warps and things like that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a guy for warps. I send him some carnage regularly.
good. Yeah. Also, I did hear that you can bootleg Laserdiscs now legally and sell Blu-ray copies of Transformers the movie by giving it to someone free for purchasing a paper sleeve to put the Blu-ray in. It's a good
Yeah.
loophole.
Yeah, I looked and it.
Wild.
Thankfully, the guy hasn't sold any copies. But oh my god, really? Like,
That's some wild.
don't give that clown money,
Yeah.
please. Nobody give him money. Like,
It was great. You are purchasing a sleeve.
like,
It comes with a free Blu-ray.
find someone who can make you a digital copy if you need it that bad. Don't pay some
Yeah.
clown on eBay, please.
Yeah, there's scrubs doing that in the retro game community too. They're like, oh, you get this
Yeah.
nice game case and a reproduction CD. It's like, jerk, it's a CDR.
Well, for Dreamcast, that's as good as the original, right?
Well, sure.
I know some vinyl guys that would sell a record and a CD copy of the record, but you were also selling the record, so it was just like a kind of, I guess, extra service they would toss in.
Sometimes on eBay, it'll be like a LaserDisc, and it comes with a DVD-R copy of it too. Like backed it up for you.
Yeah,
that's so you can watch it, pretend you have a LaserDisc collection, and still watch
frame it.
Yeah. This is my favorite movie. It's my passion.
Yeah,
it's my passion.
But yeah, like selling bootleg Blu-ray LaserDisc rips. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, you're selling a sleeve.
Yeah,
yeah.
You sell the sleeve
and free shipping.
I couldn't
on the sleeve.
I mean,
I couldn't. It was too funny.
I'm in the public radio biz, and we do kind of sketchy stuff like that too. I mean, sorry, it's totally legit. Where when we do fundraisers, we give away CDs. If you donate us like $30, we gift you a CD, but you're not buying a CD from us. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's how you don't pay taxes on it.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, we always have to say, like, for a donation, as a gift, you'll receive a free gift.
We've got like a gift wine club on NPR in Boston. You like do a donation, you get all this wine at your house.
You're like, I love NPR. That's awesome. So a lot of the insanity lately wasn't really on LDF. LDF was pretty quiet. And for those not in the know, that's LaserDisc Forever on Facebook, where our friend Ryan is a moderator now.
Oh yes, I got to use my moderator power and start drama. It was whatever. It's fine. We resolved it.
Pay for all those new pickups.
Yeah, right. Well, no, we're using it for that gambling excursion in the real LDF.
Yeah, you got called in for aspect ratio kerfuffle.
Yeah, and I solved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not at all.
It kind of
how about that hot new tech on the scene that's
that's over in the Collectors Club.
I call that bizarro LDF.
There's a new gentleman who rolled into town with just a lot of thoughts on the format.
I've done my research, guys.
Yeah, it was the person that dropped the information about CD video being a very obscure format, completely unrelated to LaserDisc.
And no one's ever seen
LaserVision logo on it. And
no one's seen it in 30 years.
No one's seen it in 30 years. It only lasted for 4 years, and
it looks just like a LaserDisc.
Yes. Yeah, there was a video, and they're talking about like, oh well, there's no like vertical blanking, like because they had seen a CAV disc before and noticed the CAV pattern. They're like, well, this doesn't have that pattern on it, so therefore it's CD video. Let me show you a LaserDisc, and oh, it's a CLV LaserDisc. It doesn't have that pattern on it either, and it just kind of fell apart. And yeah.
That's when you make up more facts.
Yeah, Wiley came in and was like, "That's a LaserDisc," and that didn't go over well.
Yeah, God bless Wiley. He just went for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess it will be nice. It's a younger enthusiast, maybe not super knowledgeable all the ins and outs of the LaserDisc world yet, but yeah, CD video.
Yeah, he's done his research, Sam. He's
well, yeah. I guess that's where it's tough to feel bad when someone's coming at you like, I have hardcore knowledge of this. There's nothing you can say to change my mind.
And by the way, we can use the record pressing plants to make new ones.
Yeah, that was it. There was thoughts about
it's really the same.
It is, right?
It's the same. It's the same size. It must be the same.
Also solved rotting, right? Wasn't that
yeah, oh yeah, there were thoughts on solving rotting.
Oh, we figured out how much Blu-ray terabytes.
Oh, terabytes.
Oh yeah, LaserDisc size.
Ultraviolet laser, of course.
Yeah, you got to get the violet laser.
Yep.
Terabytes had me. Oh my god, I was crying at that.
Some hot techs, and yeah.
Hottest tech on the scene. Watch out, he's making moves.
And yeah, and in case you didn't get from us just being punks right there, the LaserDisc Wolfpack aren't necessarily the nicest ambassadors of patience and and virtue. And I know Peter was called out for not being helpful enough, in particular in terms of aspect ratio, and that kind of, I got called into it, but I missed it until I got there too late, and by that point Ryan had already shut it down. But
it's
yeah,
it's posted in the announcements. We can't nobody can be there every time somebody posts something wrong to be like, hey, check this video, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I think that's like people kind of get burned out after a while explaining it to the 50th person that it's just easier to post a snarky meme, I guess. So
yeah, and to Peter's credit, he's like, some people just don't care, and they don't, and that's fine. They want to use all the pixels on the TV. I paid for these pixels.
I feel like the aspect ratio police have become burned out on LaserDisc forever, though. There was a period that, like, if you were just a tiny bit off, sometimes you weren't even off.
Yeah,
people were just like jumping on. Like,
and it's funny when I joined.
Kill yourself, you suck. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Skeen is particularly nasty. He was like always the diehard. When I joined, like almost nobody got shamed ever for aspect ratio. Everyone just, and nobody ever posted correct like images either. It was just picture after picture of all stretched out stuff, and it was really quiet. And then the aspect ratio thing like became
When did you join LDF, Sam?
Like 2014.
The internet's gotten a lot meaner since then. Like, seriously, no, it's reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like now everyone's just like, they get off on being a dick.
Yes.
And now that everyone's stuck in their basement, they're like, well, I could be a dick to this guy on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
So, yeah, but yeah, I mean, we're all nice people and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess, don't look to us as the Mount Rushmore of, I mean, me personally, I'm awesome. I don't know about you guys.
DM Sam. We have phone number and his address for player support.
I'll help you out all day long. But these characters, I don't want to drag them into my world of niceness and patience. Yeah.
I think I'm pretty nice.
Yeah, I guess.
Got very limited patience.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, a lot of us are dialed in at this point in what we're doing, or we're at the point where we're like tweaking something off in a whole new world, or trying to, so like somebody not hitting the zoom button, that's Sam's. That's all Sam's.
Thanks. And I did make a video about it so that I never have to talk about it again. But that's not how it's going.
Maybe you should just repost it. Be like, to all
Every
the new
day?
people. And just tag everybody who you've seen post recently that's new.
So yeah, that was the thing that was brought up was, well, maybe we should just post like helpful things instead of just memes and whatnot. So
it's
so there's that. Yeah. But yeah. Good times. Oh, the museum is officially no longer a museum.
Over. So,
yeah.
But the video asking for donations still exists on YouTube.
It does. We got official word that the museum is selling all of its museum wares, right? So
it's antiquities.
Oh man.
Yeah, good times. So that's no longer a thing.
I don't know if the Twin Towers are still there to notice, but they might be.
I would notice them if they were there, though. Yeah.
There's a picture in the museum. It's closing. COVID hit it hard.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of nice steel discs in the museum that seem like they're just fresh off the store shelves. So,
did anyone actually go to the museum?
No,
I mean, it was
only in the video.
Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the idea. Was supposedly it was going to be only an online museum, and all I saw was it was just discs stacked up in a basement against like chairs and things with.
What is it?
Can I say it? It is the weirdest fucking basement. Everything's like aluminum covered or some shit, like tinfoil. Like, are they blocking the aliens from getting to their laser discs? Like,
it's in Area 51.
What is going on down there? Like, I've never seen a basement that's all tinfoil covered like that. Like,
Bob Lazar works there.
Yeah, like
all,
everything.
Like the tablecloths and like you're on. Like
it'd be like a chair with a cloth over it and discs stacked up against the legs, and then other discs on the seat.
Yeah, and it's like, what did you find these? Like, were these yours? And
yeah, was it from a shop that closed? Or...
I don't know.
So many questions.
That definitely reeks of like a storage locker, like speculator.
No joke. I tried to buy the entire collection when they first posted and were asking information. I'm like, I went through a whole spiel, and they're like, okay, I think we're gonna sell them on their own. And now it's been going on for over a year. They've been trying to sell, and like,
yeah, like 2 years probably. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's why people don't sell it. Like, they just sell it all in one fell swoop to a person. They don't want to spend 2 years posting laser discs every other day. Like, I get it.
Museum has tried to buy titles from me.
Yeah, but they're trying to buy them like cheap enough to flip them. It's like really
To fund the
Well, literally
museum.
flip
Yeah.
video, flip them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know.
It's very
just-
odd. It's not
yeah.
a museum. It's like-
After my initial interaction and they started posting stuff and it was like all over the place, and I now found out that Casella was helping them price. Like he had
Okay.
been doing it for
No
like
wonder.
a couple of years, just trying to help
Oh,
price.
no, he like threw her out of his group. and
Yeah,
made a
because
huge post about.
well, he had asked her to hold a couple because he was trying to get like a box together, and then he's like, "All right, I'm ready," and she's like, "Well, I sold one because somebody wanted it." And that's when he threw her out of the group. And I'm like, I thought it was over like not posting prices because like he's really big
Not
on
a fan,
internet
yeah.
prices.
Yep.
No, it was like because she's like, "Yeah, I'll hold these for you," and then he goes to buy them, and like it was just like common stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, I sold them
Gone.
to someone else."
so
It was
weird.
Biodome, wasn't it?
Oh, no.
Maybe it was.
Oh
It's
my
not good
God.
museum behavior.
Yeah,
That's
museums
not
should
good.
cherish
What are they
their.
doing?
Terrible.
Yeah, but like,
He
who
found
starts an
Biodome at least.
online
Yeah.
museum
Yeah.
of laser discs? Like,
Yeah.
that'd be like me starting an online museum of pens.
Yeah.
How does
Like-
an online museum even work? You just take pictures and
Yeah. How is it not the LDDB?
Here's
I
my
feel
video
like
showing
it's
the
gotta-
dentist.
It's got to
Here's
be
my
like
video
a
showing the
video.
back of the dentist.
But it'd have to be like on YouTube in order for it to be, and it would have to be a room that nothing is for sale in, because that is a museum. Like,
Here's
it'd
what
be
the
great.
labels look like.
It just doesn't make no sense to me. I don't understand
yeah, I
it.
don't get it.
It'd
I
be
don't-
great
I
if it was
don't
just
get it.
like a 360 camera in the center of that basement and you could just like spin it and like,
Yeah.
and then zoom in on the title and like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I
What-
could
Like
understand.
Google Street View and like just a rack.
Yeah. Google Street LaserDisc view.
I can get down with that,
WTF.
but
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
he's not
That's not
developing
what
and
this was.
delivering.
And yeah. And then silver sheets of foam and anti-alien
Oil.
foil.
It's oil. It just.
You, if you haven't seen the video, Bill, you need to see the video.
I've
My
seen
God.
it. I've seen it. It's
Oh, okay.
amazing.
It's good. Yeah. And there's really not much else on that channel. There's like some like birds and like farm and like some girl playing violin, and then that's it.
Yep. And here's the LaserDisc
So
we just
good.
unloaded. We didn't even catalog them or anything. We just
Nope.
took a fly through.
Just
Yeah.
stacks of them.
And they probably sold their Song of the South already. So what's the point?
Probably, yeah. Maybe not their rad though. Soast. What else? So we covered the hot tech, AR gate. Oh, did you hear Leonard Nimoy demonstrates the Magnavision video disc player?
I had not.
Oh my God. I was so happy to tag you in that, Sam. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw it, I was like,
I'll post a
"Damn
picture.
it." What else
Oh,
does he
dude.
demonstrate, Sam?
He does demonstrate he talks about incontinence in a new variant that you must have discovered from
Yeah, I found a
Indonesia
real
or
pressing.
something.
Right.
It's pending in submissions.
Yeah. I'll post a pic of that too.
He's got one of those salt rocks, right? That make you aromatherapy, or what is it?
Yeah.
Rock, right?
Yeah, the Himalayan salt magic rock.
Oh,
Got one of
man.
those. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess I should get a copy someday.
Surprise only.
I know.
I had to get mine from like a random yard sale. No joke, because they pop up on eBay and people pay stupid amounts.
It's the Nimoy fans. They don't
Yeah.
watch it.
Though I got to say the generation of LD fans seems to have shifted. Like it's nobody posts about Adventure Time anymore. There's like a whole new generation of kids that don't watch Adventure Time and don't care about that LaserDisc episode, and they're not posting about it every single day.
Well, that's
Right.
nice.
I loved
Yeah.
that. Oh, no, actually,
It was
wasn't.
great.
It was regular show, not Adventure.
Oh,
Time.
sorry. Yeah, it was regular show. Yep. Yeah.
Close enough. We know.
Yeah, it's all that same stuff. Yeah.
Same time.
If it's not Venture Brothers, I don't care. Or
Rip.
Metalocalypse.
Rip.
Yeah, Metalocalypse is the shit.
Oh my God. The best.
If they talked about LaserDiscs, that'd be all in.
Oh,
Oh man.
I would.
Yeah,
be
how
always-
about that? Those dudes were all about that recordable LaserDisc. Like, we gotta do it. We got a recorder.
Yeah, they
We
reached
got
out
a
to
disc.
me.
And everyone's just like
Yep.
crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I swore there was a guy that's like, yeah, I got piles of them. Like, and then supposedly they had some guy that had the machine in Germany or something.
Oh,
And then I don't know what happened.
They probably sent them to Germany and they got rained on. and
I
destroyed.
know, right? Or they found them and they're like, no good. There was no way to,
Yeah,
the
because
die was dead, or
all of them have an expiration date. And I know CDRs don't last forever.
No.
So, like, I can only imagine like a 20, 30, 40-year-old LDR or whatever it was.
Well, CDRs don't last forever because they fade when they're in sunlight. If it's in a caddy for its whole life,
Now they like rot out. Yeah.
Well, if it's pristine and never been written to, it might be able to hold it. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Because I don't know. Like those recordable discs, from what I understand, were hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a pop. I'd imagine they had some pretty like tight like restrictions on like the clean room policy and all of that, and on how they made them. You know, compared to just a consumer disc.
Yeah, I should reach out to the guy and see if anything ever, like, or if they just gave up on it, or.
I remember there was a Reddit that was like pretty hot for a bit, and then it spilled over into LDF, and then like that was that.
Yeah, the show creator wanted that LaserDisc so bad. Yeah,
it's because Tecmone didn't solve their problems. Oh, hey, that new guy didn't like Tecmone either. So
no, he shouted
him for that.
He yelled at them because he didn't cover HDCD. Which
well, I mean, obviously,
yeah.
HDCD.
I actually, I have a HDCD player downstairs. It's just a compact disc, but it's got a potential for more. Like you can crush the dynamic range and then extend it a little bit, so it can be louder, but then not be clipped at the same time. So it like could potentially expand the dynamic range, and it's it's supposed to be just a little bit better than traditional Red Book CD.
Not any like Slayer or Maiden or Metallica,
dude. Opeth. I've got an Opeth Ghost Reveries
cool.
HD CD. In fact, I think
I might have to get a player now.
There's a few metal ones on there, believe it or not. I'll give you the list. It's a weird list of like random stuff, like Roxy Music and things like that, and some things that you would expect to be HD CD. But then some metal. So there might be like an In Flames one or something too. So.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Kind of newish, huh?
Yeah, but there's a cool site that like talks about it all, because not all of them use all the features. Some of them just like have the flags in there, and they just trick the players into thinking they're HDCD, but they don't offer any of the benefits of it. Yeah. So some have the actual like expanded dynamic range, and some are just like, nah.
Laser cat. Were they like backwards compatible? Would they work in a regular CD player then?
Yeah, though theoretically, I guess they would just clip that extra stuff that you would gain with the proper playback. I guess it would just kind of scrunch it down, and it wouldn't be as good. So I guess it would be a detriment if you didn't have a HD CD drivers on them. But I know that Opeth disc sounded slamming.
Yeah, that sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
Did it also install the Sony rootkit on your computer?
Oh yeah. Thankfully, I just played it on my standalone Rotel gear. So check your Rotel AVR. I might decode HD CD. So.
Oh yeah, if I do a direct out to it.
Yeah, because my CD player will decode it properly within the CD and pump it out analog, but it'll also, my receiver or my pre-pro will pick it up through the optical if I send it over that too. So yeah,
very cool.
HD CD, baby.
Those discs, out of curiosity, are they like pressed any differently?
I don't know. I think they're just regular traditional
ones and O's.
Yeah. I don't think they really did that much.
Neat.
I don't know how they squeezed all that extra kind of dynamic range on there, but yeah. Do some research, Bill.
Yeah, I'll look into it. It's probably just like an MP3 compression engine or some shit.
Yeah.
Bill will be pumping it in 4K ADI next week as his collection arrives.
Yeah, but like Steve Hoffman Forum says, the thread, there's a couple threads out there where dudes like really track those things down, and they let you know what they have, and it's pretty cool.
Are there any double Wallies?
No, sadly, I don't think Wally was involved in the mastering.
Well, then they can't be very good.
Yeah.
I've missed the whole Wally thing. Like, I don't even get that.
He was just a mastering engineer, and there's like versions of, was it Boston?
Boston.
And like the dudes would master like a side of a record, and sometimes like one dude he'll have like side A, and then another dude that's not as good will have mastered side B. So it's like a big deal if Wally did A and B. So it's called a double Wally.
Yeah, but like, wasn't it Ludwig that was talking about how like some of the stuff that he mastered, the other guy would cut it from his notes and it should sound identical if they followed their notes.
So it's
like,
no big deal. Yeah.
These guys are making a big deal about nothing if the people knew what they were doing. Like,
that's what LaserDisc needs. LaserDisc needed dudes to like put their name and the matrices on the hub, man. That would have been cool. Right?
Mastered by it's like all the real shitty ones are by the dude. You're just like,
yeah, you'd be like, oh, fuck that guy. That's Jimmy. He makes the worst LDs.
Todd made bad side breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, who got to pick side breaks? Like, who decided to like blast contrast through the roof so it like bleeds on the source? Like,
right?
Man,
that was the intern.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah, we should get some of those old like telecine dudes on the show. The only thing is like they hate like all that stuff now. They're just like, that's my old job from the 90s and I hate that stuff. You know, like Mark Wheelage, he like thinks LD collectors are crazy. So, but you know, he might talk about his past a little bit if we get him going.
Right.
We could always just get Tyler on.
True. He knew everything. Old Tyler, not new Tyler.
Yeah.
New Tyler's been making friends with Peter lately, so I think we're in a new era of Tyler.
Well, Peter's gone full old man, so with his old man discs, so
it's true.
He's a lot more gentle.
He's into Criterions. He's buying Hello Dolly,
MGM classics.
MGM classics, yeah.
Him and Spencer are gonna spin off into their own movie discussion podcast.
That'd be amazing. We should get that going. And then he'll just be like, Spencer, tell me why this one's better. And Spencer will tell him.
And then Peter will be like, and this is how it looks like Blu-ray.
Yeah. Peter did post his LaserDisc to Blu-ray machine. I meant to get him on.
Like, what model is that?
I meant to get him on here so we could get an intervention. He needs to put down the label maker. He's going to start labeling his kids next time he sees them, label his wife. He's going out of control. And
he was in quarantine for a while, so
he's putting dividers in. I like how he's got the James Bond series like divided by actor now. Like there's an actual divider for like Lazenby.
Yeah, he was posting he got more dividers. He was so happy about that.
It's awesome. So yeah, he put a label on his box that says, you know, LaserDisc to Blu-ray converter.
And then literally some guy was like, what model is that?
Somebody was going to buy it. Like,
yeah, from Amazon.
It's like, no, it's an eval board. Like, I'm just using a case.
Put it on eBay. Like the same like listing, like the freaking empty sleeve style, and just sell it as the LaserDisc Blu-ray converter.
That'd be amazing. Just put it over something.
Give it a model number and then like come out with a higher model number like a month later and charge like an extra $200.
Yeah, the LDBR 2 or something.
72.
1 and 2.
Elite.
I forgot to show
99 on it.
Bill gave me a little converter too, but I didn't bring it over. I forgot to show that in the pickups. It was.
Did you try it out yet?
No, I need a power supply. I think it's just like a 5-volt.
Yeah, it's just a 5-volt.
I think I've got some guitar pedals that probably have that. I can steal one. But
yeah,
it's a whole.
For that. I think I like swiped a 5-volt from something else, but that little thing is like surprisingly really good. It uses the
Hall Research, right?
What's that?
Hall Research did it, right?
Yeah, Hall Research did it. It uses the same family digitalizer and comb filter, denoiser, like all in one chip. Same family as like the modern Lumagen stuff does.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna throw it on my my TV back here and give it a shot. So yeah, I gotta mess with that this week. Yeah, Bill's the man. Just in case you didn't know. You should also call his hotline, 1-900-BIG-BILL. And he'll give you all the info you want.
It's 900 actually.
Oh, 1-900.
Yeah.
Big Bill.
Kids ask your parents for permission, of course.
What, $1.99 a minute?
Let my mom.
Yeah.
$3.99 after 5 minutes.
All of your hot LaserDisc tech questions. Just call.
Just call me up.
we should get a just automated response. Get that number. Get that running.
Is your LaserDisc player failing to spin a disc? Press 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Making a whooshing noise. Press 2.
Is it making a shrieking noise? Yeah.
All live operators are currently busy. Please hold.
Yeah. Please hold. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Have you tried using Windex?
Windex is the ultimate fix.
Oh man.
Ah. Any other amazing burning issues you guys wanted to cover?
I think so.
All right. All right. I guess we'll go on to final thoughts and what we're going to spin. I don't know. I think I'm going to keep going to the Val Luton box because those are just damn cool and really moody and they're short. So they're nice, nice late night viewing titles. So I might jump into the next one, which is, what's the next one? The Leopard Man. What about you, Ryan?
Well, I have a list of things I want to watch. I'm probably going to watch Eyes of Fire soon.
Nice. I need that on LD still.
I have basically 2 days left to watch things and tonight. And
No. Wait, hold on. You hit 31 like 8 weeks ago.
I was trying to get to 62 and I'm 6 away right now. So I get there.
You're good. You can just relax.
But and then I also want to watch The Fog.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
We watched that.
Need to watch The Howling. So, and then there's a bunch of others, but those are the ones that are on my like top of the list. And then
Nice.
I need to slum it with a VHS of Twisted with Christian Slater as well.
Ah,
But I probably have to hook up the VCR to watch it.
what, you don't have it already in the setup?
I think I do, but it's one of those combo units. And
Douglas would be very upset with you.
It might eat the tape. I mean, it's VHS, so who cares?
Where is that guy? What happened to Douglas?
Yeah, he's I don't know.
All right,
He
fair enough.
posted
Anyways.
something- yeah.
Enough said.
He
What's
posted
Max
lots of
watching?
things.
Ooh, what do we have?
Nice.
Oh, Cat in the Brain.
Oh, hell yeah.
Great. I have never seen this.
That's great.
awesome cover too.
Yeah. I think there's a poster in here.
Yeah.
Your
If
series
you like
complete too.
Evil Ed, you're gonna love Cat in the Brain. It's
Oh,
a very
really?
simple
Oh,
story.
I'm glad. I'm excited.
Fulci-tastic.
I really haven't seen much, but
Have you seen a lot of Fulci's movies?
Mm.
Perfect,
Nice.
because that one has a lot of like reused footage from his other ones.
Mhm.
oh, interesting.
Fulci's playing himself in that joint, and
Yeah.
he's like directing movies and stuff, and he's slowly going crazy and has like flashbacks to scenes that he directed that have like extreme violence in them.
Oh, crazy.
So it's like
cool.
part best of Fulci, part like 90s like Fulci story. It's a cool one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yes, this is now feeling a really good choice.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
And awesome jacket too.
Oh, I know. Love
Does
that.
yours have the poster in it?
Let me check. I'm pretty sure it does.
It's supposed to, but a lot of them. Excuse me, I think mine's missing. Now that I
Yeah,
think
I'm sure.
about
It makes me wonder if there's like a second run without posters.
it.
Or if they're just on people's walls still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that poster's so tight.
If
Yeah,
they
that's
have the
nice.
poster, they have the Bruce Campbell extra scene too.
Yeah, that comes with it.
Cool. Cool.
Somehow
Well, I really
activates it.
don't.
Right.
It's got the chapter code that's the only way you can access it.
Yeah, you're like, that's where
You
it
have
is.
to know the frame.
You have to know the frame. You must type it in. You must have a
Yeah.
single player with the number coding on top.
Exactly.
Cool.
Badass.
Poster in here eventually.
Yeah.
What are you watching, Bill?
Oh, man, I don't even know. I literally don't. Maybe spontaneous combustion. That kind of caught my eye.
I recommend that.
For sure.
I recommend
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's good.
It's got some good the interior shots are just very like 80s like apartment vibe. Ooh, liked it a lot.
I don't know. I think you should watch Alien 3 again.
Ooh, I might watch Alien 3 again. Sam wants me to keep working on his player, actually.
That's the official Bill test disc.
Yes.
Although,
Wow.
I might have concluded it's too thrashed to actually like tune a LaserDisc.
It might be a bad test disc.
Yeah, I forgot that my Philips that I was working on like chewed the shit out of that disc, and there's
Oh,
like,
snap.
yeah, there's some really bad scratches in it. But I mean, it's my tester disc. I got a copy. That's my
I'm
monitor.
there on a widescreen big. I have unfortunately thrashed one on the
Yeah, mine looks like it's like a bullseye. There's like so many concentric rings on it from the laser, just like smashing the disc.
That first night, there's a ring on the side too, but it still played through it okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was from your player when you were testing. You're like, oh damn, I'm giving this to Sam.
Probably. Wait, which one was that?
First night?
First night?
Yeah. It was side 2.
No, I don't think that's for me, dude.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't think I ruined that one.
It's still played though. It was just like one scene where like everything went wah, and then it just kept going. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. It powered through. That was the quasar powering through. It does a good job.
Yeah.
Still gotta find a quasar.
Yeah.
Good
luck.
luck.
Peter will kill you if you find a. He'll be like, yeah, he'll kill both of us. So,
Hey, how about
Player
that
tomorrow.
Samsung player I posted in chat earlier today? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, that's sick
What a
looking.
weird one.
Well, I mean, I wonder if it's from the Korean market when they tried, because Samsung made those discs. I looked it up. The Korean releases were Samsung pressing. So
they were like,
I'm
let's
wondering
go all
if
in.
like, they made a player too for
I have a player. I have a Samsung player.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a single side.
Bill wants
Nice.
it.
Yeah, give it to Bill.
No, I
It
think
wor- it
it's good.
works.
I just like, I don't know. I like seeing like companies that didn't really have LED offerings, and then it's just like they have like 1 or 2 models, like
Yeah,
one
like
off.
Telefunken.
It has double belts. for
double
the-
belts.
Like there's like 2 like really tight together loading gear wheel thing. I'm terrible. But the two belts, they're like stacked, and you have to take them both off.
Oh,
You
snap.
both of them in order to get the tray out.
Oh,
It's
weird.
wild.
Crazy.
It was
Huh.
wild.
So they designed the whole thing. It's not a rebadge.
Yeah, it's
I
not a
don't
Pioneer.
believe so. It really does look unique inside. I'll send you some photos of that.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what laser mechanism they used.
Yeah.
I would guess a Sony, but maybe they went like so far as to make their own. Most of the like third party companies seem to be using Sony lasers.
Sony's, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That's
Well,
a
because
trip.
those HKS 130As, those are like the real common ones that you see. I'm pretty sure those were in CD players as well as LaserDisc players.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were in like some high-end CD players as well.
Huh.
So pretty
Nice.
versatile.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but anyhow, it's always
That's
fun
right.
seeing that funky stuff.
Yeah, my Sony MDP333 has like all these sick like CD player features that aren't on like any of my other players, like the index skipping. I like if you have like Rush's 2112, you can jump to the different parts of the song with the index skipping feature, and that's like none of my Pioneers have that. It's sick.
Huh.
Yeah.
So did they put like cues in the pressing? Like is
Yeah,
it, like,
the CD, but they
mini
wouldn't even.
chapters on it?
And you wouldn't even know about it until like you did. Like I've got some movie soundtracks, like Rob Roy's soundtrack. Like there's songs that have like different movements, and they don't even market it. It's just in there. There's like little index cues, and if it's there, you can try it. So yeah, if you ever have something that's like a prog album or something, it's got multiple parts. You can like test it out and see if it doesn't. I'll just see if the Muse players have that.
Yeah, cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, it's,
Probably the Muse ones don't because they have the big spindle on it. They won't play a music CD.
oh yeah, snap! I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty sick. I was just like, index, what the hell's that? And I read my manual. I'm like, what CDs have that? And yeah, I just put in like Rush, like, yeah. And then I'm just like, oh shit, I can go to like part 5 of 2112. Like,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
cool.
all
That's
just
pretty
track
cool.
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go Sony.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
There you
everybody
go.
trashes on them a lot, but I don't know. Sony had some pretty cool stuff going on. Like really interesting like design takes. Not to wrap on that too long, but yeah, just like the way they got the same thing accomplished but differently. They used a lot of like photo opto sensors and like weird like magnetic based switches, stuff that you didn't really see in the Pioneers.
Yeah, and I don't think people just don't like want to get into it as much either. Like Pioneer's got all those like training manuals you can check out. Like people seem to know a lot more about already how to fix them, or you can find out. And like you had to put a lot of legwork in to start fixing Sony. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are service manuals, but there's a pretty big language barrier. I mean, spend a lot of time with Google Translate, just doing sections at a time to understand what was going on.
building service jigs and
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I think there's a little bit more legwork, that you need to do, but
Sure.
or they're all trash. I don't know, throw them out or sell them to
Throw
us.
them all out.
Yeah.
Here's my address. You can throw
Yeah.
it out in the
We'll
mail.
dispose of them.
Recycling plant, Bill.
Here's my pile of 10 LaserDisc players, $100. Fix them all.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, everybody. I think we figured out what's going on. Hopefully everyone had a spooky good time hanging out and enjoying horror films with us. Well, you'll have to find out for yourselves what the next kind of thing we're gonna do is, and we're gonna keep going, right, Ryan?
I think so. How many have we done now?
What, 13 or so?
Oh my
13?
god.
We have officially beaten the Laser Discotheque podcast as the kind of benchmark for Laserdisc podcasts I've been part of.
So you set the bar low, and
I did.
yeah.
I mean, not in terms of quality. It was a quality podcast, but
Yeah.
Hey, but that's pretty good. I'd say the average one's what, about 3 hours times 30 episodes. That's over 24 hours of straight Wolfpack content. You get to do it on.
Yeah, man, we haven't bored anybody yet. Yeah,
I'm sure we've bored a few people,
Yeah, I'm
but
sure we
the nice
have.
thing is you can skip forward or wait for the next one for the section you want.
There's chapters.
I do. Yeah,
Chapters.
we don't talk about it often, but I make sure I encode chapters with all the different things we cover,
Like
and
the
you
hidden
can.
index feature.
It's like the Sony Index feature. You can jump right to those recent pickups and do that. So yeah.
That's what everybody's here for, right?
yeah,
Absolutely.
Just open on everybody else's collection.
yep. See what's going on. Go on eBay.
I mean, we're crazily going out of the way to find cool stuff. So like we're doing all the legwork for you.
Except for me, I'm just getting stuff that I'm like, I wanted this in 1995.
Yeah, Todd's sending you stuff even like.
No, he is. Yeah, Todd's a cool guy. So yes, my wife thanks you eternally, Ryan. I think she sent a shout out to you, but I didn't get to actually tag you on Facebook, but she sends her thanks for.
No worries, you're
Magic.
welcome. I had asked you about that. Like, God, what was it, May?
Yeah, maybe.
And I finally got it, and it was one of those that was stuck in like purgatory. And I'm like, okay, I got it. If I send it today, will it get there in time? And like, it got there perfectly over the weekend. And like,
Yeah,
I was like, it's gonna make the podcast. So it was really cool.
it was funny. Yeah, because we're like, we're gonna watch a movie tonight. And she's like, can we watch that Practical Magic? And we're like, yes, we can watch that Practical Magic. Sounds
Awesome.
great. Looks great. Yeah, it's good times. Yeah.
If only
You-
Nicole Kidman wasn't such a terrible sister.
It's-
It looked. It was a really good like picture and everything.
Yeah.
Everything
It is
walked
weird, though,
really
like,
really
Everyone in the town like kind of hates them, and then like immediately she calls them, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. We're
Well,
gonna
like-
come and we're your best friends now."
she played into like their
Yeah.
biggest like thing,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Well,
Yeah.
we gotta see." Like,
Yeah,
So no,
And-
it was.
yeah. But I mean, there's some like legitimate like undead stuff going on when they get there. That's not
Yeah.
like an easy intro to their world of witchiness. It's like there's a freaking ghost satanic dude here.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get over if you're a Karen.
Well, there weren't Karens in 1998.
Good point. They were like what, Eleanor's? I don't know.
Catherine's.
Catherine's.
Catherine.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's stone cold classic at Practical Magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great.
You need it. All right. I guess we'll wrap up on that.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Bye,
That house
everybody.
sucks.